Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind Your Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind Your Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. Happy Friday night, everybody. Glad to have you guys back in the stream, being a part here on the channel. We got one of the biggest WNBA games in regular season history and recent memory of all time going down tonight here. The Indiana Fever taking on the Chicago Sky. It's a battle between Caitlin Clark against Angel Reese. And man, what a season it's been for basketball here. These two at the top of the front of the Rookie of the Year race. Indiana one game away from being 500 for the first time this season. They have posted more victories than they have for the last couple years for the Fever. 15-16 right now for their record. They are rolling 7th place in the WNBA, half game behind the Phoenix Mercury. With a win tonight, they would surpass the Phoenix Mercury, would move up into the 6th spot in the league standings due to that head-to-head season advantage already over Phoenix. And they are going off recently for Indiana. They started off 1-8. They're 12-6 ever since. Third best record in the WNBA in the last 18 games. They're 4-1 ever since the Olympics break. 7-3 in their last 10 for the Fever for Caitlin Clark's team. Chicago Sky, a record of 11-19 coming into this matchup. Right now, they're holding on to the final playoff spot. They're in 8th place in the WNBA standings, one game ahead of the Atlanta Dream for the final playoff spot. What's good, everybody? Daniel, Charlisa, Kathy, Ward, welcome in as we are 13 minutes away from tip-off here, the battle between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And good to be back for you guys here for this one. It's been a while since I covered a WNBA stream. I think a few weeks ago I covered a Caitlin Clark game back in mid-August. I think that was like 15 days ago almost by this time. But yeah, both of these teams in opposite directions right now. Indiana 84-80 victory over the Connecticut Sun. Their best win all season long for the Fever that they picked up on Wednesday, where Chicago suffered their worst loss of the season, lost against the Washington Mystics 74-70 in a home game on Wednesday, which Washington is outside the playoffs right now. So both of these teams in opposite directions here currently. Fever 2-1 against the Sky this season. And 2 of the games were decided by 1 point. Indiana won 71-70 on June the 1st. Indiana took game 2 on June 16th by 8 and 91-83. And then Chicago took game number 3 of the season series 88-87 on Chicago's home floor on June 23rd. So they've been able to, whoever's the home team has won every single game in this season series. The final and 4th game in the regular season between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and a big one because Caitlin Clark's team looking to make a push towards, if they win this game, they'd be number 6 in the WNBA standing, 16-16, tied with the Phoenix Mercury, would have the head-to-head over Phoenix due to their season series victories advantage over Phoenix. And on the other side, Chicago is only 1 game above Atlanta, who's surged a little bit after the Olympics break for the Atlanta Dream. But a lot of milestones this year. Caitlin Clark just racking up the honors. She broke the WNBA three-point makes record on Wednesday in a win over the Connecticut Sun. And Caitlin Clark just going off. First player in WNBA history to record 500-plus points, 250-plus assists, 75-plus three-point makes in a single season. Goes to Caitlin Clark, and she's done it 31 games into a rookie season for Caitlin Clark. Whereas on the other side, Angel Reese is putting up just historic rebound numbers. Last 5 games, she's averaging 17.4 rebounds per game, the second highest rebounding stretch in WNBA history, trailing herself. That is averaging 17.6 rebounds per game for Angel Reese. She's had I believe it's over 20 double-digit rebound games that she's had in a row right now for Angel Reese. The last time that she did not have a 10-plus rebound game was all the way back on May the 30th for Angel Reese. So, yeah, huge battle today. And going down for, like, historic prices. Average ticket price I heard for this game was over $300. Tickets going for over $2,000 for some ticket prices to get into this game tonight. It's taking place out in Chicago, Wintrust Arena. That's also the home of the DePaul Blue Demons for college basketball, but WNBA game tonight here in Chicago, and the Fever's attendance. This is not a home game for Indiana, but I saw in their overall attendance rates because of Caitlin Clark and just Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese bringing in viewership and the numbers back to the WNBA, which is historic viewership numbers this year. The Fever's attendance has quadrupled from what it was last year, 4,000 fans approximately, and average to 16,000 fans this year to come and see Caitlin Clark. Just an incredible moment finally to turn things around here as an organization for the WNBA, and we have something to watch for years to come between these two at the top of the Rookie of the Year battle. Caitlin Clark, hands down, should be Rookie of the Year. Angel Reese trailing Caitlin Clark, and I'm looking forward to tonight's game. What's good, Angel in the street? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Derby, welcome back in. Capacity of this arena, I believe it's over 16,000 for Wintrust. I'll double check on that. I don't see anything listed on ESPN. The average attendance for the Fever when they played at Gainbridge Fieldhouse was 16,000 this season for. But yeah, I'm interested to know what Wintrust has for their seating capacity. I'm going to see that in just a moment. Oh, wow. So it's actually smaller. So 10,000. So 10,387. Yeah, because they host DePaul for college basketball there. Kind of like a smaller major conference school or so. So, yeah, they only have capacity for 10,000, but from what I heard is that they had sold or very close to sold out, and the ticket prices were insane for this game. Like, the average ticket price was above $330 per ticket. Hey, what's good? Andrew in the street, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. We're tipping off in around 8 minutes from now. So we get 25 plus watching. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And this game is on Ion TV. Ion started bringing WNBA games, I believe, last year on TV. And this could go down as the most watched WNBA game of all time in the regular season, possibly, between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese tonight. And just, it's crazy that it could happen on Ion TV out of all the networks. Here's a throwback. I remember Ion TV used to be called PAX. Like, that was when I was like 5-6 years old. This was going back like 22, 23 years ago or so, that Ion TV used to be called PAX. Where I live, it was the last TV number in the dial. Growing up for analog TV, it was always channel 68 or channel 69. Channel 68 was PAX Boston, now known as Ion TV in Boston, and channel 69 is Ion TV in Providence. So it was always like the last number of the TV dial, and tonight we have a nationally televised game that's on Ion out of all the networks for what could be historic TV numbers today. What's good, Orlando Lion Fan Club? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, the two runaway players for Rookie of the Year. Caitlin Clark by a landslide right now, it's looking for. But, yeah, this could be an opportunity for Caitlin Clark if she goes off tonight to catch ground on Asia Wilson as well for the player of the year. Everything's translating recently for Caitlin Clark right now. This team is on a roll, 4-1 in their last 5. It's not only Caitlin Clark, she's making everybody else better. Before the Olympics break, Aaliyah Boston was going off. She was averaging 18 points per game, 10 rebounds per game back in July. But the player right now that's been really just torching it scoring-wise, that has been Kelsey Mitchell, putting up just insane numbers. Her over-under on betting lines tonight is around 19.5 for a player prop bet for over-under for points. In the last 5 games, Kelsey Mitchell has scored 20-plus points in each of the last 5 games after the Olympics break. She's averaging 25.6 points per game since the Olympics break. Here are her numbers for Kelsey Mitchell, shooting 42% from 3 since the Olympics break. 28 points, 27 points, 21 points, 29 points, and 23. That's what she's had 5 games straight after the Olympics break for Kelsey Mitchell. Caitlin Clark averaging 22.6 points per game, just under 8 assists per game. I really like her assist number tonight for Caitlin Clark. It's lower to 8.5 assists for over-under prop total for her. She's coming off just 5 assists against the Connecticut Sun. And I'm thinking a huge bounce-back game is in the possibility tonight for Caitlin Clark right now, because the last 15 games she's averaging a double-double, 20 points per game, 10 assists per game for Clark. Daniel with a dono. Let's get that dono hit for Daniel. Really appreciate it, man. I don't believe so. So, yeah, I think they started broadcasting the WNBA. It was last year, I believe, with Ion. And I don't think they broadcast any sports previous to that for Ion. A lot of the stuff they broadcast was, like, I think, like, a lot of, like, movies that they have. They also put college football. I think it's the ACC who has a contract with the CW. So they put CW college football games on. And they used to do that a long time ago. It didn't go by the CW. It went by Raycom Sports going back like 15 years ago. I remember watching games in the CW. Hey, what's good, Jason? Welcome back in, man. Thanks for joining in. You the legend for Daniel on the stream. We're getting closer to tip-off, around 4 minutes away, tipping off between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese tonight. If you're new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. 4th and final game between these two for the regular season, and it's been an amazing 3-game series so far. 2 of those games decided by 1 point. The other was a Fever win that they won by 8 points. And both of these teams in the opposite direction. Indiana looking to make that push up in the standings. Red hot right now, 7-3 in their last 10. 4-1 in their last 5 games since the Olympics. They can tie the Phoenix Mercury with a win tonight at 16-16 overall. They started off 1-8 ever since. They've been just tearing it up. They're 12-6. Yeah, I saw that, Andrew. That's terrible. So sad. He was 31 years old. Him and his brother, they both played college hockey at BC. Just terrible. Like, from what I heard with a news story, they were out biking and somebody was drunk driving and ran them over. It's just so sad. Just terrible news story that came down today. Michael, what's good? Welcome in, man. Yeah, I think so, that they showed the NCIS. I believe so, yeah. CBS has always covered that, but I think they had, like, NCIS shown over on Ion as well. Wow, yeah, I remember that as like a throwback for Raycom Sports. I was going back like 15, 20 years ago. They had, man, just, I want to go back and see those graphics once again. I remember back in like 2005, before ESPN Plus was on the paywall, they had the broadcast logo for ESPN Plus doing Big East college football games all the way back around like 2005 when the Big East used to do college football. You used to see like Boston College against West Virginia on ESPN Plus out in like 12 p.m. Noontime Saturday college football. What a throwback to that time. Caitlin Clark getting ready for this matchup, as she has been just lights out. Last 15 games, averaging 20 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game, over 10 assists per game. Caitlin Clark just 5 total assists, but got the victory over the Connecticut Sun on Wednesday tonight. Looking for a big playmaking game. Where in this matchup, this is what she's averaging for Caitlin Clark in her splits against the Chicago Sky. She is averaging 9.3 assists per game, above 17 points per game, and above 7 rebounds per game in the first 3 meetings against the Chicago Sky this season. Angel Reese, double-digit rebounds in every single game since May 30th. It's the top 2 Rookie of the Year candidates. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese making history with these ratings skyrocketing through the roof this season in the WNBA. And going to be a fun one tonight here, everybody. If you're new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, tipping off in about a minute from now. Hit us up in the chat, by the way, who guys like to win this one here, Fever or Sky, and glad to have you on board. Be a part here in the stream. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, NBA, WNBA, college hoops games on the channel. Yeah, wow, I got to see what that score bug is. Once again, what a throwback. Here's the starters. Lexi Hall, she's been going off recently for Indiana. Nalissa Smith, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark going up against Angel Reese, Camelia Cardozo, Rachel Banham, Lindsay Allen of the Chicago Sky, and Michaela Day of Chicago. So those are the starters for this matchup here tonight. Indiana on the road, the red jerseys, white numbers for this matchup. Angel Reese with a 4-1 record in the college basketball against Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark getting the best of Angel Reese so far this season. 2-1 for the Indiana Fever against the Chicago Sky. Chicago black uniforms, light blue numbers, light blue letters with a white outline for this matchup. Left to right for Chicago, right to left for Indiana, as this crowd is jam-packed. Wintrust Arena, 10,000 strong, and we are underway as the Indiana Fever control the opening tip. First possession, Caitlin Clark crosses the midcourt logo, lobs it off to Boston, top of the key. Boston towards the right, around the perimeter, bounce pass, backdoor cutter, and the layup's made by Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell is averaging 25-plus points per game in the last 5 straight games going off. Her player prop number tonight, just 19.5. Very well could go over once again for the 6th straight time if it does happen. Scoop score up and in off the backboard. Quick bucket scored by Chicago to tie things up 2 apiece. That is Lindsay Allen with a layup underneath. Quick basket once again for Indiana by Nalissa Smith. Easy buckets going on at the rim for both of these teams so far in the first 45 seconds of action. Chicago's second possession as they have it around the perimeter. Yenwei Day slides it off to her left and the outside. Passing off the roll down here underneath, and Angel Reese able to connect down low. That was off to Cardozo, who scores as the score's tied up 4 apiece right now. Clark drives inside, floats up the runner, off the back rim, no good on Caitlin Clark's first shot attempt of the night as it goes right back over to Chicago. So Cardozo and Allen, first 2 buckets of the game, as Reese has 1 rebound so far. That's a turnover for Chicago as they lost to the baseline. Indiana quick up the floor. Both of these teams are trying to blow pace against one another so far. Clark lob down low, and a foul committed inside the paint. And Nalissa Smith will shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. So 4-4 to start things off. Yeah, when I covered Olympics a couple weeks ago, that pace was just blazing fast. Like, usually WNBA games don't start this fast, but we've had just both of these teams not even, like, slowing down the tempo right from the get-go to begin. Hey, what's good? David on the street, welcome in. Liking the Fever here, 96-78 tonight. MB, welcome back in. So Fever go to the free throw line. 2 shots. First one, no good. Missed off the back rim by Nalissa Smith. Second free throw by Smith off the rainbow as she splashes it. 5-4 now for the Fever. First minute and a half of action. Chicago with a possession. Left to right on the floor. Lindsay Allen dribbles towards the top of the free throw circle. Bounce pass down low underneath. And the Fever commit a foul inside the paint. That'll be charged to Nalissa Smith, her first personal foul. Non-shooting foul, though, so Chicago gets the inbound. Sky bounce pass out to the wing over to Allen. Allen moves it down inside a low block. Follow-away shot. It connects as Chicago gets the bucket off the follow-away. Good for 2. That is Michaela Yenwei who scores the basket. 6-4 Chicago. Clark with a 3, and she drills it. Top of the key. Rattles in for Caitlin Clark. First triple of the game. Start things off. Caitlin Clark from downtown rains down the 28-footer. Angel Reese has it at the top of the free throw circle. Decides to take the jumper. Before that, we get a foul call picked up on the floor away from the basketball. That's going to be charged to Clark, her first personal foul. Caitlin Clark, 1-on-1, working on number 12 in coverage. Michaela Oyenwende, the one who is guarding Clark, it off the crossover completely. Just missed her. So this is going to be an inbound coming up here, far side of the floor for Chicago. Jab step. Bounce pass off the roll down here for Chicago. Couldn't finish at the rim. It was missed off the mark by Cardozo. Tipped out of bounds, though. It will stay. Chicago possession. So underneath their hoop, Chicago looking for the inbound right now. As they move it off to the baseline. Baseline dribble off the up fake. No good. Missed off the mark on the first initial miss by Chicago. Offensive rebound control by Cardozo, though. Allen launches a three at the wing. She splashes it. Lindsay Allen trifecta from downtown for the Sky. 9-8 right now. Clark at the right wing. Slides it off to Boston. Boston powers her way inside the paint. Boston circles around. Kick out to the corner hole. Over to the elbow, Nalissa Smith. Smith backs her way inside the key. Ball got poked loose. Lost it. Stole away. Chicago comes out with a steal. Lob down low underneath. That's Angel Reese in transition. Has to move it back outside to an open three. And Chicago drills another one. Lindsay Allen with a bunch of space out on the perimeter. Knocks it down for the triple. Under 7 minutes left to go in the first. Caitlin Clark with 3 so far to begin. Has it at the right wing. Clark brings along the double team. Bounce pass Nalissa Smith. Slides it off to her left. Mitchell launches off the mark. No good. Rebound secured by the Sky for the defensive board. What's good? Joe in the street. Welcome back in here, man. Jumper to baseline for Chicago, and they drill it. It's a tough shot. Able to knock it down for 2 by Lindsay Allen. 14-8 right now. Clark backs her way inside the low post. Bounce pass. Jumper. Missed short. Boston offensive rebound. Missed again off the glass. Battle for the rebound. Out of bounds. And the referees rolled out of bounds off Aaliyah Boston. Wow, that clearly looked like it was out of bounds off of the Sky. Stunning call by the referees right there. Aaliyah Boston questioning the call about the officials. But the officials ruled it out of bounds by Boston instead of Chicago, which from that side angle looked like it was out of bounds off of Chicago, but Chicago gets the basketball back. The Sky cross midcourt right now. Angel Reese with possession, top of the free throw circle, lobs it over. As it gets kicked back outside, Chicago knocks down another 3 with a pure stroke. Michaela Oyenwende from 3. What's good? St. Benedict in the street. Welcome in. 6 minutes left to go in the first. Chicago drilling 3s out here on the floor right now. Lexi Hall at the left wing. Sends it on top over to Clark. Up feed. Clark dribbles up to the elbow. Back outside to the wing. 1-on-1. Clark takes the 3. Off the mark. No good. Got knocked down. No call with the referees. Good to see that she's back up on her feet, though, as Chicago has the possession. Moving it around the perimeter. Driving up to the low block. The shot missed off the side of the mark by Lindsay Allen. Rebound control by Nalissa Smith. Both of these teams just pushing the pace so far. Clark weaving her way inside. Shovel pass over to Boston. Powers her way underneath. Boston clobbered going up, and Boston gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up at the line here for Aaliyah Boston. Angel Reese picks up the personal foul. That's going to be Reese's first today. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here. Chicago drilling 3s right from the start. Still a lot of game left to go. Perfect 3 for 3 from the perimeter to start things off. If you're just joining in, Caitlin Clark, 3 points to begin, 1 assist. Angel Reese, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, no points to begin so far. Chicago led by Lindsay Allen, though. She's got 10 points in this game as the free throws are split at the line, 17-9. So Aaliyah Boston splits the free throws as Chicago came up with a defensive rebound. Chicago with the ball. Allen at the left elbow, lobs it at the low block, back outside to Allen. Allen jab step, working on Clark, fires a fastball down low underneath, and the Sky score up and it off the backboard. Lindsay Allen started to take over early on for Chicago here. Clark will slow down the tempo. Under 5 minutes left to go in the first. Still a lot of game left to go here. Caitlin Clark, edge of the midcourt logo, backing her way. Michaela Oyenwende. Clark, bounce pass over to Mitchell, kick out to the wing, open three. Indiana, no good off the mark, and I thought Kelsey Mitchell should have laid that up and in. Instead, she decided to kick it back out, and Chicago leads to a transition layup. It's good for two. And if you're Indiana right now, you got to think about taking a timeout. That's exactly what they will do. 21-9 to score. Trying to shake out of the cobwebs out of their system right now. Indiana coming off their best win all season long against Connecticut, but right now coming out flat on the road at the Chicago Sky is Chicago. Lindsey Allen. Full court skip pass up the floor behind the defense over to number 12, Michaela Oyenwende. Just scored a layup. It's a 12-point lead for Chicago. Wow, stunning start right now. 4:35 left to go in the first. Very slow start for Indiana, shooting just 3 for 9 from the floor. Chicago making the most out of their opportunities right now. 9 for 12 shooting. And Indiana just has to communicate better defensively. Just Chicago getting behind the Indiana defense quite a bit in the first 5.5 minutes of this game right now. Caitlin Clark, 3 points, 1 assist. Chicago, led by Lindsey Allen, 10 points. 7 points by Michaela Oyenwende right now. They got 2 players really showing up so far to begin for Chicago here. Yeah, what's good, Anthony? Welcome in, man. That I think that's going to be the last Olympics that they played for this past Olympics between Curry, KD, and LeBron. But we'll see what happens. LeBron, that I would imagine that would be his last. LeBron would be 43 the next Olympics. Curry would be 40, and then KD would be 39. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams. And, yeah, Chicago came in as a 6.5-point underdog in this game today. Still a lot of game left to go. My opinion, I do like Indiana, for my opinion. They've been rolling recently, but this is both of these teams playing desperate. Chicago might be the more desperate team as we see right now because they're holding on by a thread to the final playoff spot by 1 game. And it's not the 2 Rookie of the Year top candidates that's led the team so far. It's been a couple of different players here. Chicago, led by Lindsey Allen with 10 total points. Michaela Oyenwende with 7. Those are the top 2 scorers in this game right now. Caitlin Clark looking to see if she can get going. Yep, the upset special. Yeah, Georgia Tech beating Florida State last week in football. I could not believe Coastal Carolina was a 2.5-point underdog last night against Jacksonville State. And Coastal Carolina shredded Jacksonville State last night. I see a couple of games with like warning signs in the line. I saw Nebraska's like a 27.5-point favorite against UTEP. That's a warning sign right there. Nebraska's not been good for recent years. Caitlin Clark back from the timeout, takes it right to the rack. She scores up and off the backboard. Caitlin Clark up to 5 right now. Here's a 3. Take it at the wing. Quickly, Chicago drills it. Off the bench. Raining down a triple for Chicago. And a jumper goes down for Indiana +1. Covered up at the free throw line. Kelsey Mitchell gets it to go. This game has got a ton of pace to it. Both of these teams are just blowing it up the floor against each other. Caitlin Clark just recorded her 2nd assist in the night, finding Kelsey Mitchell. That was Rachel Banham who made the shot before for Chicago. And the free throw is good by Mitchell. Puts the team winning 10 right now for the Fever. So they're down by 10. Down to 4 minutes left to go in the first. Chicago with a possession. Lindsay Allen, guarded by Mitchell, top of the key, edge of the midcourt logo. Allen dribbles towards the right wing, drives on Mitchell inside the paint, kick out to the corner. Chicago will take an open look at a three, comes off the rim short, battle for the rebound, offensive rebound controlled by Cardozo, keeps it alive. Outside to the top here, sidestep to the left, open three, bricked off the back by Banham, offensive rebound again for Chicago underneath. Reese couldn't connect, another offensive rebound goes back to Cardozo as Indiana struggling to box out this possession, and the three missed wide out of bounds as it gets sent wide right by Banham and out. So 3 opportunities right there off of offensive rebounds, but nothing going on for points-wise. That possession for Chicago. Indiana has it back. Clark, 2 assists so far, 5 points. Moves it off to the elbow. Back to Clark, top of the key. Lobs it off to Boston. Boston backs her way underneath. Boston up fake. Swings it out to the corner. Mitchell launches a 3. Swoosh! Kelsey Mitchell from downtown drills the triple. 24-17. That's who's going to heat up. She's been poured into points, averaging above 25 points per game in their last 5 games for Kelsey Mitchell. Right baseline dribble for Lindsay Allen. Allen underneath, couldn't score. Tipped off the mark, no good. Boston with a defensive rebound, but the referees blow the whistle and roll. Aaliyah Boston committed to over the back foul. So it wasn't clean on the rebound, and this will be kept in Chicago's direction right here with the basketball. Three minutes left to go in the first. Huge 3 just a moment ago by Kelsey Mitchell to pull win in 7. This actually will send Chicago to the free throw line right now. So Chicago shooting shots, 2 free throws at the line. First one's good for Lindsay Allen. Lindsay Allen up to 11, top scorer of the game right now. Caitlin Clark for Indiana, 5 points, 2 assists. Kelsey Mitchell leading the way with 8. Wow, that's awesome. So Jason Tatum signed ball for $280 right there. That's awesome, man. Yeah, definitely going to be worth a ton someday. Second free throw is good, right down the middle by Allen for Chicago. 9-point lead right now for the Sky. Fever have the possession. They'll slow it down. Clark crosses the midcourt logo. Caitlin Clark slides it off to the left wing into the hands to Temi Fagbenley. Off the screen, finds her teammate. Jumper off the mark, no good. Missed by Mitchell. Off the back rim, and the defensive rebound gets hauled in by the Sky right now. Sky with the possession. Lob goes to the low block into the hands to Cardozo. Kick out to the corner. Open 3, missed off the mark, around and out by Diamond DeShields, and it goes back to Indiana. Clark here at the top. Caitlin Clark towards her right. Her pass deflected into the hands to Boston, though. Boston towards the left, sends it off to Hull. Hull launches a 3, right down the middle, delivers. Lexi Hull sparks in the triple. It's a 6-point game. 26-20. Finally, players stepping up from the perimeter right now, as we're down to 2:10 left to go in the first quarter. This first quarter is whipping right by Chicago with possession. Hull trying to keep her weight defensively. Out to the top of the key. Open 3 for the Sky. Bricked off the front rim as Lexi Hull comes out with a defensive rebound. Up the floor for Clark. Slides it on top over to Boston. Into the hands to Hull here at the left wing. Hull with some driving room. Kick out to the corner. Fagbenley. Boston on the outside, into the hands to Mitchell at the top. Mitchell, dribble, drive, right down the lane inside. Couldn't finish though, missed it with a left-hand layup. Rebound secured here for Chicago by Cardozo up the floor. Looking for Reese, bounce pass down low, deflected, intercepted as Caitlin Clark comes out with a steal. 3-on-1, bounce pass, fast break transition, and it's good, up and in off the backboard. Layup score by Temi Fagbenley. Caitlin Clark, 3rd assist of the night. Minute 27 left to go in the first, and I believe we had a foul as well in transition committed by Chicago behind the defense, and yes, we did. Number 10 of Chicago, Camelia Cardozo, picks up the shooting foul. It'll be an and 1 coming up here at the free throw line for Indiana. Caitlin Clark eyes up the floor to steal. Looking for the entry pass to Angel Reese. It was poked away as Clark converted on the steal, and Caitlin Clark with a full-court bounce pass up ahead behind the defense records assist number 3 tonight. It's a 3-point game right now as the free throw is good for the Fever. Sky have the possession. Fever bursting on a run right now in this game. Diamond DeShield sends it on top. Over to number 12, Michaela Owenyere goes out back to the perimeter here. DeShields, as the shot clock's winding down, floats up the shot, missed short. That's going to be a shot clock violation and a turnover committed by Chicago. Final minute left to go in the first, and Indiana right now, it's got all the momentum. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, everybody. And what a game to begin here. Right now, Indiana down by double digits early on. They crawl back, winning 3. Chance to tie it up with a made 3. Clark, bounce passer to Fig Benley. Fig Benley at the mid-block, sends it out over to Mitchell. Mitchell drives up to the right wing perimeter. 8 on the timer. Mitchell, right baseline dribble. Mitchell, strong drive to the rim. And she got the bucket. It will not count, though, as one toe is out of bounds. So she stepped on the baseline. Off the baseline dribble, yep. As we see here in the replay. Kelsey Mitchell, that baseline dribble, not in fully in the court of play. Stepped out of bounds as they take away the 2. 26-23, 36 seconds left to go to close out the first quarter. What a start between these two teams tonight. DeShields at the wing for Chicago, guarded by Hull 101, 8 on the shot clock. DeShields still working on the hole at the right wing, slides it on top. The lob, Cardozo, turn around, tough shot, missed the Paul George special off the side of the glass as she missed it. Off a turnaround jumper inside the key, Caitlin Clark. Shot clock turned off, slows down possession, looking for the final shot to close out the first quarter. 8 seconds left to go. Clark towards her left, dribbles up inside the free throw circle. Clark towards her right, shovel pass. Fig Benley, corner 3 over the cylinder, missed the mark on an air ball too strong. And we close out the end of the first quarter. Chicago 26, Indiana 23. What a start to this game, to the first 10 minutes of action. Caitlin Clark. 5 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds in the first quarter. That assist number is looking good so far for Caitlin Clark through one quarter. Looking to keep on racking it up today. And I thought so going into today that assist number in the over-under prop line was very low, in my opinion, at just 8.5 tonight, coming off only a 5-assist game against the Connecticut Sun. Looking to bounce back tonight. And playmaking already, 3 dimes to her teammates to begin. Kelsey Mitchell, 8 points leading the way for Indiana, and they got a lot of momentum their way. They were down early on by 10, and able to catch them and be winning 3. Right now, Lindsey Allen, 12 points, top scorer for the Chicago Sky. Angel Reese limited to 3 rebounds in the opening quarter in their first 9 minutes for Angel Reese tonight. It's been basically 2 players. Lindsey Allen making 2 threes, 12 points. Michaela Owenyere, she's got 7 for Chicago. Yeah, I haven't seen a slam dunk either. But yeah, definitely be awesome the time that we see somebody come into the league and start slam dunking the ball for WNBA games. That's going to be the new hype. Like right now, we got Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. We'll see somebody someday in the WNBA start just slam dunking the ball like crazy, taking the league by storm, dunking the ball in. But yeah, we just don't see that right now. And like there's a total difference between men's and women's in terms of size. Like the men's game has like 7-footers all over the place, and then the women's game, it's a lot of the players are like 6'4" and under for most of the players. Occasionally you'll find a player that's like 6'8", 6'7", probably like the tallest player in the league, like a Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner's 6'8", but other than that, there's like nobody that's like 7 feet tall for like the WNBA. There's a player that's 6'7" on the Sky. Carmelia Cardozo, 6'7". I got Angel Reese is listed at 6'3" on the roster I have, which I downloaded from basketballreference.com, where I get the roster from. Seems very small for like her size, that she plays well above that size because she's the league rebounding leader, just 6'3". But yeah, she plays more like she's 7 feet out there with the boards, but the field goal percentage is not good. So it's kind of like two things in hand with one another as well. That the offensive rebound rate's just off the mark statistically because the field goal shooting percentage is much lower than a lot of the players in the league right now. As we come back to action, start to the second quarter. Left to right on the floor, Chicago with a possession first, and Chicago turns it over. Caitlin Clark, far side of the floor, comes up with a steal. Bounce pass ahead off to her teammate underneath, who floats it up. And an offensive foul committed inside the paint, charged to Temi Figbenley. That would have been the 4th assist of the game for Caitlin Clark if Temi Figbenley had been able to finish inside the paint, but Temi Figbenley called in the elbow to the face of a Chicago Sky opponent and got called an offensive foul. So Chicago with a possession once again. Out to the wing of the perimeter, Diamond to Shields, gets knocked down by Mitchell, and Mitchell picks up the reach and foul. Inbound for Chicago. Open 3 here straight away. That is well off the mark with an open look by number 20, Isabel Harrison. Second open look, no good. Missed the mid-range shot. Offensive rebound opportunity by Reese. Couldn't get it up as she missed it off the glass too strong. It's another offensive rebound for the Sky, though. Corner 3 skipped around the rim and out. And finally, the Fever is able to box out Angel Reese as she was not able to come up with a second offensive rebound that possession. Fever with the ball. Clark at the top of the key right now for Caitlin. Dribbles towards her right, double team. Swings it off to Figbenley. Kick out to the corner. Outside over to Erica Wheeler now on the floor. Over to Clark. Deep range 3. Oh, she hits it. Bang, bang, baby. Caitlin Clark. Nothing but nylon for the Wintrust Arena logo. Delivers on the 30-foot 3. 26-26 right now. 30 foot away. 3-point shot is Chicago. Gets called in the travel violation. Angel Reese cracking under pressure. Picks up the traveling call. It will go right back over to Indiana. Caitlin Clark, nothing but net. That's a pure stroke. Catch and fire. She suck it down. Nothing but onions on that shot right there for Caitlin. Caitlin Clark with it once again. Launches another 3. Oh, she buries it. Caitlin Clark right now getting into a groove towards her left. Off the dribble, fall away, and she sinks as the Fever take the lead. 29-26. They were down by 10 to begin this game. Now up by 3 as we approach the 8-minute mark left to go before halftime. Handoff around the perimeter for Chicago. Dribble drive penetration inside the paint. Slicing defenders right to the cup. It's good on a layup for the Sky. In a 1-point game right now. Indiana with the ball, quick up the floor to Wheeler behind the defense, and she scores up and off the backboard. The vision of Caitlin Clark with a full court outlet records her 4th assist of the night right now for Clark. Things starting to roll right now for the Fever in this game. 8-2 advantage to begin the second quarter. Underneath, we have a block, and it will go out of bounds. That is Dantos coming off the bench, number 12, who just blocked a Sky player on the offensive side of the floor. So first time we see tonight, number 12 with Damaris Dantos on the floor for Indiana. Oh, yeah, definitely. Caitlin Clark, a big savior to WNBA. I was looking up the attendance. Indiana Fever, before Caitlin Clark came into the league, they were only averaging around 4,000 fans per game. This year, they've quadrupled it at 16,000. Jumper's good at the baseline for Chicago to put themselves winning 1 right now as the Fever jack up the 3, missed by Clark straight away off the back rim, and Chicago collects the defensive rebound right now. Up the floor, here goes the Sky. Chicago around the perimeter. A lot of dribbling going on right now as we're down to 7 minutes left to go. Over to number 15, Lindsay Allen. Early and often, she made an impact in this game. Kick out to the corner. Dribbling off the baseline drive. Yenwende goes up, gets fouled. And that'll be charged to Temi Figbenley on the floors. There'll be 2 free throws coming up here for Chicago with Michaela Yenwende. Fun game so far. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, And what a start to this game. First free throw missed off the mark, no good for Chicago. Yeah, I have to be honest, neither did I. So this is like my first season ever streaming WNBA games. And this is kind of like my first year as well watching WNBA games too. I think for me, the problem growing up was that I felt like a lot of my friends, if I told like any of my friends or so, they would like make fun of me if I told them that I was watching WNBA games or so. So that's kind of like the stigma I had growing up. So, but Caitlin Clark just changing the league. It's been super fun streaming these games when I have a chance. As Caitlin Clark just assisted on her 5th assist of the game right now in the first half, as we got buckets trading back and forth. 6:15 left to go before halftime. Clark with a possession at the left wing perimeter. Clark bounce pass, backdoor cutter, Mitchell, and she scores, up it off the backboard. That is 6 total assists right now in the first half for Caitlin Clark. Down to 6 minutes remaining before halftime. I told my good buddy today to take Caitlin Clark 8.5 assists over today for this matchup, and right now he is 3 assists away. Caitlin Clark determined, comes up with a rebound, bounce pass underneath, almost had a 7th assist of the game, but her teammate was held up inside the paint as the clock will stop with 5:47 as we had a reach and foul picked up, charge to Chicago. What's good, Bill in the street? Welcome back in, man. Really fun, entertaining game right now. A 2-point lead for the Fever. 5:47 left to go before halftime as we take the timeout. So yeah, one of my good friends that I work with, he wagered $50 on the over for Caitlin Clark 8.5 assists tonight. Like I usually leave him a lot of good notes when he does his sports talk show on 6 to 8 at night every day at the station that I work at. So I left him like some of my suggestions. Caitlin Clark, 8.5 assists over. The other one was, I like the points one too tonight for her. I think it was at 20.5 for her tonight. Kelsey Mitchell, I really like that one. Really like that one today. She's at 19.5 points over under for the average. She's averaging over 25 in their last 5 games for Mitchell since the Olympics. Her lowest that she's scored since the Olympics is 21 for her. And I don't watch a lot of college football, but I was looking at some of the lines for college football this weekend. One of the games that really is intriguing is that Nebraska UTEP game, and why like Nebraska's a 27.5 point favorites. That makes no sense right there, in my opinion. They've been awful for years now for Nebraska. I think that one's going to be a close game. The other one that made no sense was Nevada, an 8-point dog at Troy. That was weird. Nevada was terrible last year, but they hung in and they lost by 5 against SMU in the opening game. This has been a really quick game going on. Multiple shots with these two teams. 32 attempted shots by the Sky. 23 attempted shots by the Fever right now. And the Sky lead the rebound total 17-8. Offensive rebounds in favor of the Sky 8-1. Yet they're down by 2 on the scoreboard. And Angel Reese is only 4 rebounds this entire game right now for Angel Reese. Those rebounds have been split up between everybody, basically. But 2 players for Chicago, scoring-wise, carrying the load. 24 out of the 33 combined between Lindsey Allen and Michaela Oyenwende. Both of them have 12 each. Caitlin Clark right now, 11 points, 3 made threes in the first half, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, and a steal for Caitlin Clark. Balling out recently. Couple difficult threes she's made with a pure stroke. One of those off the catch at the right wing. Another one off the dribble at the left wing. A fall away. Just an incredible start for Caitlin Clark. Her teammate Kelsey Mitchell has been going off recently. 10 points by Mitchell in the opening half so far. And Caitlin Clark's played the entire game right now. So Indiana struggled defensively getting back in transition. Recently, Chicago has been struggling in transition defense, and that's where the tables have turned. A 10-point deficit has turned into a 2-point lead. Jumper, deep 2. It's good. Kelsey Mitchell off the inbound, connects on it. Back from the timeout. 4-point advantage for Indiana. 5:35 left to go before halftime. Chicago with a possession at the edge of the midcourt logo right now for the Sky. 12 in the shot clock. They can't really generate any sort of offense going on right now, trying to move it forward. Isabel Harrison catches it top of the free throw circle, moves it off to her teammate Allen. Allen's got 12, drives inside the paint on Alyssa Smith, circles around, kick out to the wing, a 3 off the back rim, no good. Missed by Chicago, battle for the rebound, pulled down by Indiana, full court outlet, looking for Clark behind the defense, but it's too tall as it sails out of bounds. And they couldn't convert on that play right there, but I forgot to say during my stream today, man, just Caitlin Clark is just so tough. She is built just as tough as nails. I caught the game on Monday. I was doing a lot of my prep work for my sports announcing for this week on Monday and Wednesday, so I wasn't able to stream those games, but caught the game on Monday that she went down, got injured, rolled her ankle. She only missed 3 minutes, came back for the second quarter. She missed the last 3 minutes of the first quarter, came back for the entire rest of the game, starting with a start of the second quarter. She played 37 out of the 40 minutes in that game with a rolled ankle on Monday. 4:35 left to go. Lob, down low underneath, kick out to the corner. Here's an open 3 by Wheeler, missed off the mark, no good. Tip to Wheeler for the offensive rebound. Open 3 again, it's good. Kelsey Mitchell poured in the buckets back from the Olympic break. 40-33 in the Chicago Sky will burn the timeouts. Second chance points. Chicago are racking up a bunch of offensive rebounds, but guess what? Indiana's the team that's converting on those second chance opportunities. And right now, Kelsey Mitchell's cooking. 15 points, 6 for 9 shooting in 16 minutes. Just drilled their second 3 of the game as the Fever at one time were down by 10. And now they are on a 29-9 run for Indiana. What a game right now. Kelsey Mitchell, her player prop over-under was only 19.5. If you look at her last 5 games, she's averaging above 25. I mean, that's as easy as it gets right here. That she should be crossing that mark, just needs 2 more baskets. Possibly a third would get her there. 2 more with 2s would get her to 19. I mean, that's as easy as it gets, barring just like anything significant throughout the rest of this game right now. Plus the Caitlin Clark assists, her over-under was only at 8.5 tonight. It's been going down. That number was at 10.5 after she had that 19 assist game, WNBA record on July 17th. Hey, what's good? No Ego in the stream, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Raymond on the channel, welcome in. Caitlin Clark, loving these big games, living for the moments, but I don't think a lot of people have been talking about the rise of Kelsey Mitchell, and this is a very dangerous Indiana Fever squad that a lot of people got to look as a significant contender to make a run come playoff time. They started off 1-8 ever since their 12-6 ever since. They're rolling right now for the Fever. They get the 3rd best record in the WNBA the last 18 games for them. Yeah, this is on quite an odd channel tonight. It's on Ion, which I think they started broadcasting WNBA games last year, so they don't cover sports that they're known for. They're part of the WNBA package. They're on for Friday night WNBA games on Ion, but they've never really been a sports channel, so it's interesting that they got put into the contract with these games put on the Ion. Indiana Fever now cooking. If you started off early on watching this stream, they were struggling. But a couple of games that I've streamed, they were down early on, came back, and they won. And this has been one of those games once again happening today as we come back from the timeout. 4:20 left to go before halftime. 7-point advantage for Indiana. Jumper skipped around and out. Missed off the mark by Chicago. Battle for the rebound. Chicago has it underneath. Couldn't finish at the rim. Big rebound ripped away by number 1, Nalissa Smith for Indiana here. Caitlin Clark on the bench at the moment, getting her first breather today in this game. As they have Erica Wheeler running the point right now. Slides it off to Mitchell. Mitchell, a step back 3 in the air, and she sticks it. Kelsey Mitchell, bang, bang from downtown. Down by double digits. Guess what? We're up by double digits for the Indiana Fever right now. 43-33 as the Chicago Sky have gone stagnant on a major scoring drought recently. Rachel Banham dribbles inside the paint. Reach and fall picked up. Charge to Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell just... big time step back at the left wing. 18 points now. 3 for 4 from the perimeter. 7 for 10 shooting right now for Mitchell. Inbound for Chicago goes to Allen. 3.5 left to go before halftime. Allen dribbles up. Drives to the low block. Lost it. Got it back though. Swings it over to Reese. Reese jumper to elbow off the rim short. Rebound secured by Nalissa Smith for the Fever. Up the floor now with Wheeler. Wheeler at the right wing will slow it down with a comfortable 10-point lead here for the Fever. Slides it off to Mitchell. Mitchell, skip pass out to the wing. Dantas sends it off to Wheeler. 8 in the shot clock. Wheeler flings it out on top. Dantas tries a 3 too long off the back rim. Hull tracks down the offensive rebound, but kicked it as that'll be a turnover charge to Indiana. Sue Bird in attendance tonight. Megan Rapinoe in attendance tonight as well. I think I saw Shaq earlier on one of the big screens in attendance tonight for this game. 10-point lead right now. Chicago with an inbound crossing midcourt. Lindsay Allen at the left wing perimeter. Hands it off to Yenwene. Her pass deflected all the way to the backcourt. Angel Reese able to track it down. 12 of the shot clock here. Chicago's going to be urgent. Crossing midcourt for the Sky as they attack inside the paint. Blocked by Wheeler. Chicago still with it though. A 3 at the wing. Shot clock's down to 2 and they got it. Rachel Banham off the liftoff. Splashes down to 3. 7-point game. That's a lucky 3. That shot clock was all the way down. Guess who's back in the game? Caitlin Clark, baby. Takes it right to the rim. She scores up and off the backboard. +1 coming up here at the free throw line. Caitlin Clark with a head full of steam back in transition. The transition defense not there for the Chicago Sky. And Caitlin Clark off the dribble rips to shreds her defender and takes it right to the rack. +1. 13 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds right now for Caitlin Clark. And 1 to look to see if her team can go up by 10. The free throw is no good though. The rebound gets ripped away by the Sky by Cardozo. Chicago with possession off the crossover. Baseline dribble, tight roping for Chicago here. Jumper, mid-range, connects on it. Lindsay Allen, it's good for 2. Approaching that 2-minute mark left to go. Clark bounce pass behind the defense. Hull couldn't finish. She blew the layup. That would have been assist number 8 in the night by Caitlin Clark, but Lexi Hull just rushed her layup motion going back door. Quick 3 up the floor, no good by Chicago. Chicago hasn't learned how to slow down the basketball. Clark's ball gets broken up off the feet of one defender. Referees roll it. No kicked ball as the play continues. It results in a steal for Chicago. Out to the tarp, Cardozo. Slides it off to the left wing perimeter here, number 24 with Rachel Burnham. Reese dumps it down low, deflected out of bounds off of Boston. Aaliyah Boston today's been silent. Just 1.3 rebounds, or 1.3 assists, 2 rebounds for Aaliyah Boston right now. Chicago looking to get the inbounds. Jumper at the baseline. That's a 4 shot. No good off the mark. Missed by the Sky as it goes right back to the Fever here. Clark at the left wing. Dribbles up inside a key towards her right now. At the right wing, Clark fires it downhill. Boston picks it up at the baseline. Boston bounce pass. Clark comes up. Swings it on top. Up fake. Open 3. Indiana. No good. Rattled out. Missed off the mark by Wheeler. A wide open look from 3-point range, but Caitlin Clark still cannot find assist number 8. In the opening half. Angel Reese tries the jumper, 18-footer straight away. Swoosh! So Angel Reese lets it fly, and she knocks it down, puts her team within 5. 45-40, turnover, Clark in transition, bad pass, results in a steal. Cardozo came up with it. Off to her teammate inside the key, bounce pass, deflected, intercepted right back behind the defense. It goes to Clark in the full court outlet, and she scores the easiest bucket in her WNBA career. Well past the defense by 10-plus steps for Caitlin Clark to score off the full court outlet. 7-point advantage for Indiana. 35 seconds left to go before halftime. Chicago slows down the possession. They've been blowing it up and down the floor, constantly pushing pace, pushing tempo the entire game. It's looked like a combobulated, jangled mess out there for Chicago, how fast they're playing, that they haven't been able to mix the pace in, but right now they finally slow it down as Clark picks up her second foul of this game as she reaches in. So Caitlin Clark called in the reach-in foul. That's number 2 right now for Clark. 24 seconds left to go before half. And this will send Chicago to the bonus. So 2 free throws right now in the bonus for the Sky. First one's good by Lindsay Allen. Lindsay Allen has been key in this opening half of action. 15 points by Allen. 12 points by Michaela Yewande. Those are the 2 double-digit scores for Chicago right now. 2 double-digit scores for Indiana. Kelsey Mitchell with 18. Caitlin Clark's got 15 in the opening half. Second free throw is good. Inbound goes to Clark. 2 personal fouls. That ain't going to keep her out of this game. Right now, 20 seconds left to go. Clark crosses the midcourt logo. Shot clock's turned off going into halftime right now. Clark guarded one-on-one edge of the midcourt logo. Clark calls for the screen to be set by Boston. Clark at the top. 8 seconds left to go. Bounce pass off the roll down. Boston underneath. Boston circles around. Up fake. No good as she missed it off the glass. A rebound controlled by Chicago. Half-court shot at the buzzer. No good off the mark. And we close out going to halftime in Indiana. Has a 5-point advantage going into halftime, 47-42. Caitlin Clark, big-time buckets. The opening half of action. She is frustrated right now with the last play on the floor. Aaliyah Boston got absolutely clobbered inside a low post, and there was no foul call ruled by the referees. The final moments left to go. Now the referees will head to the monitor. So the refs right now will head to the monitor while both of these teams will head towards the tunnel for halftime and go to their locker rooms for halftime right now. We have end of the second quarter, so we wrap up at the end of the second quarter, but things are starting to get physical out there on the floor. Aaliyah Boston went down hard. Good to see that she was able to get back up on her feet. So first half of the books. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We might have a couple of pet showings right now going into halftime here. Going to see if my tortoise is awake. Going to see if he can come out. We're taking care of the neighbor's golden retriever for the next 14 days. So 2 straight weeks with the neighbor's golden retriever. If he's good, I told my neighbor's golden retriever, since he's over for the next 14 days, if he is good, then we'll see if we can show him. If he's not good, then we can't show him. But if he's good, hopefully he'll be able to be shown, and hopefully I'll be able to stream the second half, because I hope my streaming equipment is still intact and we have no chewed up keys or no chewed up cords or anything, because yeah, he's quite a handful. He's an excited dog. A really, really excited dog. I'll go through the first half stats for you guys right now. Kelsey Mitchell, just incredible how she has been on a roll, averaging above 25 points per game in her first 5 games back from the Olympics break. Her over-under player prop line for scoring was at 19.5 points tonight, and she's at 18 points right now at halftime in 17 minutes, shooting 7 for 10 from the floor, making 3 threes. Caitlin Clark, couple big threes off the catch. She is 3 for 5 from 3 in the first half, 6 for 9 shooting. 15 points in 18 minutes by Caitlin Clark in the first half, a +4 on the floor. 7 assists, 3 rebounds for Caitlin Clark. Those two carrying the load, 33 out of the 47 between Mitchell and Clark in the opening half. On the other side, Chicago led by Lindsey Allen, 16 points, leading the way with 5 assists. And also Michaela Oyenwende, she has 12 points, the number 2 scorer, as they're combining for 28 out of the 42 going into halftime. This has been just a phenomenal game. Phenomenal game so far. Chicago at one point led as many. I was mistaken. I said 10. They actually led by 13. I believe it was 21-8. I believe that was the score. At one point, Chicago led. It was 21-8, and then Indiana led at one point by 10. They reversed the course. They led by 10 at one point in that second quarter. Just an incredible game. Just this Indiana Fever team is just, they found their way to come back multiple times this year, and a big difference so far has been shooting efficiency. Indiana shooting the lights out, 54.5%, Chicago at 37%. This game did not start out well for Indiana. They started out 3 for 9 shooting, where Chicago, they were making shots left and right. They were 7 for 10 on their first 10 shot attempts of the game. They were perfect 3 for 3 to begin from 3-point range. Ever since, though, Chicago after that is 2 for 11 shooting the 3 ball. And Indiana, after their 1 for 3 start from 3, has shot the ball 6 for 12 from the perimeter for the Fever ever since. Chicago plus 6 in the glass, 22-16, 9-2 in the offensive rebound numbers, but Chicago missing a bunch of shots in this game. And there's been no slowing down the pace. This game has been just fast-paced right from the start. Minnesota Lynx leading the Dallas Wings by 1 at halftime, 40-39. That's the other game that's going on right now. And then Angel Reese. I hadn't updated Angel Reese's numbers just yet. Angel Reese tonight, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Yeah, that was crazy. We had a 7-hour NASCAR stream. That was when there was nothing going on during COVID. That was the first sport back from the pandemic. All right, so we're in a halftime break. I'm going to go get my tortoise, Mr. Tops, maybe my golden retriever as well. That my neighbor's golden retriever Nico is over for the next 2 weeks. If he's good, he might come in since we're at halftime. But I'll be right back. Gonna have Mr. Tops in the stream in a minute or so from now. So get ready for Mr. Tops coming up here. I'll be right back. Just gonna get Mr. Tops. And before I do so, big shout out to Lonely Satellite. Appreciate it for the dono. Legend in the channel. Thanks so much for Lonely Satellite out there for the dono. So I'm gonna go get my tortoise, Mr. Tops, and then I'll be right back. All right, so we are back. Just gonna get my tortoise out here. Here's Mr. Tops, my tortoise. Everybody, there's the little guy right now. He was a good supporter during the Celtics streams that we had throughout the playoffs, and did pretty well last week. So there's my tortoise, Mr. Tops. So what happened? The story about Mr. Tops is that last week I went on vacation to Niagara Falls in Canada, and unfortunately we couldn't take Mr. Tops on vacation for a trip, so we had to make sure that Mr. Tops was fed properly. We had to leave him a bunch of lettuce in multiple corners in the kitchen. We had to take out like all the kitchen chairs and stuff so he wouldn't flip over. And we installed cameras in our kitchen as well to make sure that Mr. Tops was okay and didn't flip over. So it was his first vacation that he couldn't travel with us, since I guess in Canada you can't bring a tortoise to cross international borders unless the tortoise is like one of those that's going to be tortoise for research that has to get donated to a zoo. So yeah, so if you're coming from the US into Canada via car, you cannot bring a tortoise into Canada, what we found out from our research, unless it's a tortoise that is a research tortoise that will be specialized in zoos in Canada. It's kind of odd what they have for their ruling over there, but we could not bring him into Canada. But he was fine. He actually slept for 5 days straight, so he was fine. But there he is, Mr. Tops, one more time. And then I'll be back. I'm going to see if I can get the neighbor's golden retriever and see how this goes for like a couple seconds or so. So I might bring in the golden retriever. If he's good, we'll have him coming up here in just a moment. All right, so here's my neighbor's golden retriever. Here you go. You're gonna make it into the stream or no? As I think the scoreboard's a little bit too big for him, so unfortunately I might have to lower the camera for him, or he might have to go, and maybe the timeout one could help him out there. Yeah, there he is. Yep, there you go. Good boy. But there's the golden retriever. I'll have to move it this way. Get here a couple seconds of fame there, boy. Good job. This way. Good job. There he is. And taking care of him for the next 2 weeks or so. So there he is in the corner, popping up, and he's hopping up and down. He likes to be. He's a good boy. But he's staying over for the next couple weeks or so for my neighbor's dog. Yeah, big happy face and the screen right now. But his name is Nico, if you guys didn't know. But we're going to take him back right now, and then we'll be back in just a moment. Yeah, so my golden retriever's name is Nico. He'll be here for like the next 2 weeks or so. My neighbor across the street's going on vacation, so we're taking care of him. And my mom was there to make sure that he didn't get into any of my stuff or so. So if you saw my mom in the background, she was there bringing him in. She had him on the leash. If I let him off the leash, I would not be streaming right now. All my computer stuff and camera stuff will be broken, probably, because he's such a wild dog that just he gets into things and he breaks things a lot, so you always have to be on like careful watch whenever he's around, because we've had stuff that's been just ripped up before that we've seen, because those dogs are a handful, and those dogs from the golden retriever breed certainly are. But right now at halftime, what a start here for Caitlin Clark in this game. Kelsey Mitchell and the Indiana Fever. You just can never count out the Indiana Fever. I've seen it multiple times this year that they've been down by double-digit points, just struggle getting started, but once they start to get going, I mean, they're just tearing it up Right now, Indiana, 88% voting in the poll for Indiana. If you haven't voted yet in the poll, feel free to do so. If you haven't smashed the thumbs up yet, if you enjoyed the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well for more future live streams. Oh yeah, I actually got something for you guys watching right now. So I'll be on ESPN Plus in October for my first ever game covering Division I sports on ESPN Plus. So I got a call from Brown University a couple of days ago, and they want me to broadcast a water polo tournament they're doing for that weekend. It's on October 19th. There's 5 games, and I'll be broadcasting at Brown University for their water polo matches that day, and all the games will be broadcast on ESPN Plus. So that's the first time that I'll ever be doing broadcasts on ESPN Plus, and I'm hoping to probably put out what I have for my broadcast schedule tomorrow if anybody's interested in watching the games that I cover in person. Some of them are pay-per-view. One of the schools that I'm working with is going through the streaming provider Flow Sports for this coming season. So that's a pay-per-view. So it's gonna bring in like more revenue into the conference, what they're doing. So some of the games, like the one on Sunday, will be on Flow Sports. But yeah, I got a busy week coming up. I'm probably gonna stream for the month of September. Probably gonna do something like once every like 10 days or 2 weeks or something like that. The next like 7 days are gonna be quite crazy for me, so I'm probably not gonna be able to stream next week. I start my college broadcasting stuff on Sunday. I got a college soccer game this Sunday. That's on Flow Sports, and then the Tuesday one, I have Tuesday field hockey, which is on Flow Sports. Wednesday, I have for a game, and then I have a game on Saturday, and then 2 water polo games the following Sunday. So yeah, a lot of good stuff coming up for me. Yeah, thanks so much, Kathy. Really appreciate it. What's good, Bradley? Welcome back in here, man. Just saw him back in the chat a couple minutes ago. Right now, we're getting ready to start off the second half. So there was a technical foul at the end of the second quarter, so that's why they went to the monitor. Aaliyah Boston called for a technical foul. She got clobbered hard as she went in for a layup, but the referee said no call. Boston was frustrated, got called in a technical foul as the buzzer sounded going into halftime, and the technical free throw is good for Chicago. So free throw is made by Angel Reese on the technical. Angel Reese tonight is up to now 5 total points in this game as she has 6 rebounds. We get ready to start off the third quarter. Right to left on the floor, Chicago with the opening possession. Lindsey Allen towards her left around the perimeter, defended by Mitchell, dribbles up to the right elbow. Allen, her pass deflected, intercepted, and Alyssa Smith comes up with a steal. Lost it going up the floor as it gets stolen away right back by Reese. Reese skip past the wing. Open 3 for Chicago. Missed off the mark. Clark collects the defensive rebound. Caitlin Clark, 7 assists. Drops it over to Mitchell. Jumper deep 2. Swoosh! Caitlin Clark up to her 8th assist of the night. Kelsey Mitchell knocks down another shot. She's over her player prop. She's got 20. 49-43. 6-point advantage. Chicago with a possession. Loose ball. Lexi Hall, gritty on the floor, comes out with it, diving forward with a hustle play, collects the steal. Clark up ahead. Caitlin Clark at the left wing. Step back 3 in the air. She's money. Caitlin Clark buries down a triple. Bang, bang. What a start for the Fever. A 5-zip run for Indiana. 52-43. That's a pure silky stroke baby by Caitlin Clark. Nasty step back, 1-on-1, working on Cardozo at the left wing perimeter. She put her on skates, and Caitlin Clark with her 4th made 3 tonight goes over her player prop at 3.5 plus 3s tonight. Timeout on the floor taken by Chicago. Yeah, she's leading the league. She's averaging above 8 assists per game, but in the last 10, she's pouring in above 10 assists per game for Clark. That's why I was stunned to see the number was dropped down to 8.5. I know she had just 5 assists against Connecticut on Wednesday, but usually she bounces back, and tonight she's bounced back in a big way. 18 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, and a steal for Caitlin Clark. 4 for 6 from three-point range. The whole league should be concerned and worried right now, because here comes the Indiana Fever, 4-1 ever since the Olympics break. And if they hold on and win this game, they'll be the number 6 team in the league standings after the conclusion of this game. 16-16 overall if they do hang on and win this one. Man, the Merchants of Kelsey Mitchell, it's been incredible. 20 points tonight. 6th straight 20-plus point game after the Olympics break for Kelsey Mitchell. 8 for 11 shooting, 3 made threes, plus 14 on the floor. And making some really, really good shots. These are nice strokes in these shots tonight. Just the shot making has been off the charts tonight for Indiana. Like Clark and Mitchell, they're hitting some difficult shots and making it look easy out there. Yeah, this has been an awesome game so far. Like, this whole league should be scared about the Indiana Fever come playoff time. They just beat the Connecticut Sun. They beat Phoenix, who's the number 6 team, 3 times this year. They beat Seattle the week prior, who's a top 4 team. They won against Minnesota right before the Olympics break, too. Started off 1-8, 12-6 ever since. They got swept against New York. They played like the toughest schedule to begin. And they had a lot of early games against New York and Connecticut on their schedule. Took a lot of time for this team to gel, but Caitlin Clark just making everybody just look and just play so much better around her. Like Kelsey Mitchell just taking off with Caitlin Clark. And then Aaliyah Boston right before the Olympics break. She was balling out too. So back to action. 9-point lead right now. Chicago has the possession. I believe it's because Ion has the Friday night package. There's games assigned to certain networks for certain days, and Ion gets the Friday night games assigned to them for the regular season. So that's why it's not on Amazon Prime. Sergio, what's good? Elijah, welcome in on the stream. Inbound here for Chicago. Outside it goes to Rachel Banham. She launches a 3 at the wing. Splash as she sinks it. Couple big threes in this game tonight by Rachel Banham. Clark quick up the floor. Caitlin Clark at the top. Step back 3 in the air. Straight away. Got knocked down and fouled. And this will be 3 shots coming up at the free throw line. A hard foul committed at the top of the key as Caitlin Clark took a step back 3. Yeah, that should be 3, shouldn't it? Are they going to put Clark here at the free throw line? It looks like they will, but we're waiting a moment here, just a minute. Hey, there he is. There's my man Mike on the channel, the Hurricane. Let's get that Hurricane hype here out on the stream. Thanks for joining in, brother. Gray, what's good from the Philippines? Welcome in. They're looking at this one at the monitor right now. Chicago's foul on the step back 3 that Caitlin Clark just took. Yeah, 12-hour difference out there. Waking up right now. Good morning out to the Philippines for all you guys. So Clark took the step back 3. That's clearly a foul, and that should be 3 coming up at the line. So she's got 18 right now for Clark. 8 assists, 4 rebounds. Knocked down hard off the step back. Kind of tough camera angles. You can't really see from that camera angle behind because there was a player crowding it. Here's a better one over the top. They're still looking at this one at the monitor right now. Man, this has been a physical game today. Like, some of them have been, like, no calls that there was, like, tons of contact on for shots. Aaliyah Boston got clobbered right before the buzzer going into halftime. Referees gave it a no call. She got teed up going into halftime. Chicago made the technical free throw. If you're just joining us, man, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark going off in this game. 38 combined points out of the 52. Caitlin Clark with 18. Kelsey Mitchell with 20. Kelsey Mitchell's player prop was only at 19.5. It's her 6th straight game scoring 20. She's averaging 25 in her last 5. A lot of these really smashed the over for today. And still awaiting official word on this foul right now. This is still being checked at the monitor for anything else flagrant there. I think it should just be 3. It was number 12, Michaela Oyenwende, the one who committed the personal foul. And yeah, Caitlin Clark's going to have 3 free throws here at the line. First one's good. And this matters because I believe her player prop was at 20.5. She's up to 20 right now. Just drilled the second one. One more will get her to 21. And it's good. Makes all 3. 55-46. Indiana, if you're just joining us, was down by 13 points at one point in this game early on. They were trailing 21-8, and then they went on a 29-9 run at one point in this game. They led as many by 10. Now they're up by 9, and they'll get the basketball back. So it was a flagrant attached to it. So inbound goes to Indiana, inbound to Boston. Boston powers her way down low, got it blocked, going up though, not clean, and the refs rolled a shooting foul, picked up charge to Cardozo of the Sky. So Aaliyah Boston will head to the free throw line, shooting 2 coming up here. This is big. Able to connect on free throws recently for Indiana. Right now as a team, they are 6 for 9 at the free throw line. Multiple made free throws recently. First one's good here by Boston. Second shot, that's good. Largest lead of the game right now, up by 11. Chicago feeling the pressure right now. They're 1 game above the Atlanta Dream, the final spot in the playoffs, number 8 seed at the moment for Chicago. They blew the open layup. Clark has it up the floor. Clark, dump off, down low, underneath, no good. Couldn't finish in the shot by Nalissa Smith, a little bit too strong off the glass. Chicago with the basketball. Rachel Banham dribbles up, free throw circle, jumper over Clark, missed off the back rim, tipped up by Boston. Nalissa Smith with a defensive rebound out to Clark, crosses midcourt. Caitlin Clark, top of the key, working one-on-one, launches the jumper, deep 2, came off the rim short. The rebound goes right back over to the Sky. 7:45 left to go in the third. Chicago's been just fast tempo this entire game and kind of out of control though with the ball handling, and they finally start to slow it down to get an open look at a 3, and they drill it. And that gets knocked down from the perimeter for Chicago to get them into this game right now by 8. Fever with a possession. Lexi Hall at the left wing. Bounce pass over to Boston. Boston outside finds Clark. Up fake. Dribbles out. Swings it on top. Hall launches the 3. Off the back heel. No good. A rebound secured for Barnum here for Chicago. And Chicago finally going to see if they can slow it down. Open look, but they could not convert from the perimeter. That was missed by Angel Reese at an open look at the 3. That's not her shot, though. Here goes Clark at the right wing. Clark working a one-on-one, taking on Cardozo. Pass off the Hall, kick out to the corner. Nalissa Smith drives, attacks inside the paint, right hand, and she scores up and off the backboard. Good for 2 with a bucket. 59-49 plus 1 coming up in the free throw line here for Nalissa Smith for Indiana. Strong drive, working on Angel Reese, attacking the cup. and gets it to go with a right-hand finish. And Alyssa Smith now works her way up to 5 points right now. The free throw comes off the rim, no good. And the refs are going to blow the whistle. They roll it over the back call on a rebound. Picked up, charged to Boston. Yeah, Leah Boston's had a rough game today for her. Been really silent. Just 3 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 0 for 3 shooting. It's not her game today. She came into this game averaging 11 and 11 for points and rebounds throughout the course of August. Rachel Banham lobs it over to the elbow. Reese at the baseline. Skip pass. Top of the key. Allen steps into a 3. Knocks it down for Chicago. These threes right now are saving the sky. They got 2 recent threes that's been able to put themselves winning 7. Clark towards her right around the perimeter, working on one defender. Dribbles up to the low block. Caitlin Clark circles around. Bounce pass. Oh, nice dump off. Couldn't finish. Another blown layup by Indiana. Caitlin Clark right now should have at least 12 assists in this game. Alyssa Smith from point-blank range couldn't finish. And away from the basketball, we have a foul picked up. Charge to Boston once again. Loose ball foul for Aaliyah Boston. That's going to be our 3rd. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams. What a game right now. Hanging in. The Chicago Sky are down by just 7. Seems like they should be down by a lot more, but they aren't. Inbound for Chicago. Right to left on the floor they go. Lindsay Allen moves it over to Banham. Reese has it. Reese drives, attacks over Smith. Missed off the glass. No good. And the runner battle for the rebound. And Angel Reese gets called pushing off on the rebound foul. So this will go back to the Fever. That's now the 3rd personal foul for Angel Reese. A little bit of foul trouble here in this game. Aaliyah Boston, 4 personal fouls for Indiana. Everybody else with 2, 1, or 0. Chicago, 3 personal fouls each between Michaela Oyenwende and Angel Reese. Reese with 3. Still waiting for that 9th assist for Caitlin Clark. Been stuck at 8 for a while. Multiple blown layups by her teammates in this game recently. Clark gets the inbound. Moves it off to the top of the free throw circle. Dantas fires the pass down low. Turn around. Point blank range. It's good for the bucket +1 for Alyssa Smith. 9-point lead once again. They just keep up on that range between like 7 to 10. And they're racking up the free throws this quarter. This has been just a start and stop 3rd quarter. Choppy game. We might see some players fall out of this one tonight. Caitlin Clark, that was a great initial pass. It was from her at the top of the key off to Dantas around the free throw circle, and then Dantas just fired a bullet in there off to Smith, off the turnaround 4-footer to knock it down. Missed free throw, no good for Chicago. Or Indiana missed it. Chicago with a possession right now. Handoff goes to Lindsay Allen. Huge collision on the floor, and that will be an offensive foul picked up. Charge to Chicago. Bodies flying everywhere. Just human carnage all over the place. We take a look at this replay. Allen off the dribble. Handoff. An illegal screen set up. Charge the Sky. This has just been a really choppy second half right now. Like, we were blowing through this game to begin, and now it's been multiple fouls all over the place in this 3rd quarter. 61-52, Indiana with a possession. Clark slides on top, over to Smith. Smith floats to the runner, swoosh! Alyssa Smith, 1-foot floater, able to knock it down. It's an 11-point lead for the Fever. Caitlin Clark, there you go. 9 total assists tonight for Caitlin Clark right now. Looking for that double-double, 1 assist away from doing so. Top of the key. Chicago down to 5 minutes left to go in the third as they will launch. The three comes off the rim. Short miss by Banham. Offensive rebound control for the Sky. And they blew a wide open layup. Banham missed it. DeShields inside the key over to Cardozo. And Cardozo goes up, gets fouled. And if that's on Caitlin Clark, that is going to be her third. As Caitlin Clark was in the middle of that play down inside a low post, and it was. So Caitlin Clark picks up her third personal foul. She's 1 assist away from a double-double. First free throw is good by Cardozo. Second free throw is good. The Sky out in transition scored a bucket, making things really interesting right now. 63-56, 7-point game. As Mitchell at the corner gets fouled by DeShields. Hey, what's good, Mr. Fulton Mraz? Welcome in, man. That's awesome, bud. So, Special Olympics Athlete of the Month this Sunday. Good for you, man. My clock's a little bit slow. My apologies for that. Was just attending to its really important text message just a moment ago. First free throw is good for Indiana at the free throw line. The second half has been really, really choppy. Second free throw, no good. Skipped around the rim and out. That was Kelsey Mitchell shooting the 2 shots at the free throw line. She's got 21. Caitlin Clark with 21. Those two combining for 42 out of the 64. 4 minutes left to go in the third. At the left double, Allen swings it across the floor. 8 in the shot clock. Runner inside a key. We get a shooting foul. 2 shots coming up here for the Sky. Guilty party is Nalissa Smith. That'll be Nalissa Smith's third personal foul of the night. So 2 free throws at the line. First one bricked off the back rim, no good. Second one's good. Fever looking to cross midcourt. Ball got poked loose. Wheeler able to backtrack it, come up with it in the backcourt. Now crossing midcourt. Wheeler has it at the right wing perimeter. Working one-on-one on DeShields. She tried to kick it. And a reach and fall charged to Isabel Harrison. So they're already in a bonus. We're down to 3:39 left to go in the third. And we got more free throws coming up here for Indiana. Indiana's been efficient throughout the most part recently at the free throw line. Just the key you want to, if you're Chicago, you're going to see if you can get the front court players at the free throw line because they've been struggling. Backcourt players have been going off at the free throw line. Caitlin Clark 3 for 4 today at the free throw line. This will be Nalissa Smith, who has struggled at the free throw line today, 3 for 6. Both of those go down though. 9-point game, 66 is 57. And a travel inside the key called in Chicago. Holy moly, like we have a whistle every like 10-15 seconds throughout this second half right now. Fever with a possession. Caitlin Clark's currently on the bench getting some rest at the moment. She is 1 assist away from a double-double, 21 points, 9 rebounds, the 3 taken, and it's good from downtown for Alyssa Smith. Able to keep on pulling away with their lead. 12-point advantage right now for the Fever. Chicago with possession at the left elbow. Handoff around the perimeter. As it goes on top, over to Cardozo. Cardozo moves it off to her teammate, DeShields. Floats up a tough shot. Tons of contact as she goes down and gets fouled. And this will be 2 free throws coming up at the line here for Diamond DeShields for the Sky. And that gets charged to Kelsey Mitchell on the shooting foul. Will now be Mitchell's third. So 2 shots at the free throw line. First one is no good, around the rim and outs. If you're new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams. Caitlin Clark right now sitting on the bench at the moment. Second free throw for Chicago, right down the middle. 11-point game. If you're just joining us, Indiana led at 1 point by... they were trailing at 1 point by 13. And they just had their largest lead of the game a few moments ago by 12. Bad pass by Indiana out of bounds. Caitlin Clark still on the bench right now, getting some rest at the moment. Chicago looking to tighten up the gap here. Diamond DeShields drives inside, dumps it off to her teammates. As that went over to Harrison. The lob goes to Cardozo. Kick out to the corner. Open 3 for Chicago. Around the rim and out. Missed. Off the mark for the Skies. The Fever collect the defensive rebound. Erica Wheeler right now running the point. Slides it off to Lexi Hall. Hall attacks inside the paint. Hall no good off the glass. Missed the leaner. Battle for the rebound. Picked up and it gets pulled down by Chicago. Outlet pass ahead to Shields. The rack blew the wide open layup. Got multiple misses recently in this game. And now Indiana, with an 11-point lead, will finally slow down the tempo. Looking to get a quality look right here for the Fever. At the wing, and Alyssa Smith lost the handle with 8 on the shot clock. She turns it over. 1-on-2 in a fast break for the Sky, and the Sky leading forward. They float up that shot, and it'll count, and 1. 1 free throw coming up. Diamond DeShields connects on it in transition. Bad foul committed by Indiana. This third quarter seems like it's an eternity out here. Bad personal foul picked up, charged for the Fever. Out in transition. And Diamond DeShields will now shoot 1 coming up at the free throw line. Free throw is up. Free throw is no good, off the mark. 9-point lead. Caitlin Clark's back in the game, away from the basketball. Chicago picks up a foul. Caitlin Clark will head to the free throw line and shoot 2. Reach and foul committed by Diamond DeShields. Just, there's things that you gotta learn with, like, self-discipline and stuff like that. This Chicago Sky right now is lacking that self-discipline on the floor. Just too many ticky-tack reach and fouls that they've had as Caitlin Clark buries both of the free throws. Second one rattled in. 71-60. Chicago takes it crossing midcourt. Out to the top of the key, Harrison. Harrison towards her left, slides it off to DeShields. DeShields out to Harrison. Harrison, jumper, deep 2. Rainbow, got it to go. 9-point game once again. That's what that range has been. Basically like 7 to 11 points in this quarter. Clark at the left wing perimeter. Having a huge game tonight for Caitlin. Caitlin Clark, 23 points, 9 assists. Off to her teammate Dantos. And Dantos picks up an offensive foul. So that was not the cleanest of passes right there for Caitlin Clark as Dantos tried to haul it in and pushed off on it. It's called an offensive foul. This will be Chicago's possession. Clark unhappy about the call. could also, for Indiana, I know you got 1:16 left to go in the third, but this stoppage right now, this is a good opportunity to get back into your mindsets for Indiana right now. Clark a little bit wide off that pass to Dantos, and yeah, I don't really see much right there. So the referees rolled it on Dantos for the loose ball foul, but didn't really look like there was much, honestly. Looked like Chicago clearly lost it, went into the cradle of Dantos where she was able to catch it from a foot away. Just very odd possession. Mr. Tops has been with us since 2015, so 9 years. So he's over 9 years old now. And I was going to say, this would be a good opportunity to take a timeout, get back on the reset if you're Indiana, and get back into that mindset and close out this game. And that's exactly what they'll do right now. Indiana burns a timeout, 71-62, minute 16 left to go in the third. What a game today. Indiana looking to finish off the season series 3-1 against Chicago. 3 players really stepping up today for the Fever. 23 points by Caitlin Clark. 9 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 made threes, 7 for 12 from the floor. Almost scoring a point a minute for Caitlin Clark. That's 23 points in 25 minutes. 21 points by Kelsey Mitchell, 8 for 11 from the floor. She has drilled 3 threes today. As a team, they're just smoking the 3-point shots, ripping them through. They're 48% from the perimeter right now, 9 for 19. That's a really good percentage at the WNBA level. Chicago's not bad either tonight, 8 for 21, 38% from 3-point range. It's just the rise of a third player on the Indiana Fever, why they've been able to pull away. Nalissa Smith, 14.7 rebounds. It's usually been Aaliyah Boston as the third offensive weapon with Clark, Mitchell, and Boston, but tonight it's been Nalissa Smith with 14. On the other side, only 2 players have stepped up tonight. Chicago led with 19 points. That is Lindsey Allen, who's got 19 alongside 6 assists, 15 points by Michaela Oyenwende. And after that, 9 points by Rachel Bannon. This has been as slow as a third quarter that you can get. Choppy game right now. A quick update with the WNBA scoreboard. Dallas Wings are leading the Minnesota Lynx right now, 75-60. What an upset this would be. Dallas has a record of 8-22. Minnesota has a record of 23-8. It's a 15-point lead with 7:40 left to go in that game. That's crazy. Imagine putting some big-time money on Dallas to take the Dallas Wings tonight to win that game. Arike Gumbawale has 18 points, 8 assists for the WNBA All-Star Game MVP for her tonight for Dallas in that one. Caitlin Clark's inbound pass gets broken up. Minute 16 left to go in the third. They'll restart the possession once again. Near side of the floor in the front court for Indiana. Clark, the inbound passer. On the floor with Damaris Dantos, Temife Bentley, Kelsey Mitchell, and Lexi Hull. Inbound goes to Mitchell. Mitchell hands it off to Clark. Edge in the midcourt logo. 10 on the shot clock. Clark's working on the shields. Mitchell fires a pass behind the defense over to Damaris Dantos, and it's an open layup. That was nice work right there. Clark over to Mitchell, and then Dantos behind the defense for the EC2. Great ball movement, working their way out to in for Indiana. Chicago, 50 seconds left to go with a possession here. 8 on the shot clock. Mariah Jefferson sends it off to Banham. Banham drives inside the paint. Tough take, and she scores up and in off the backboard. 9-point game once again, pushing it quickly. Mitchell, dump off, out to the corner. Outside it goes back over to Clark from Smith around the perimeter. Clark, pass off the roll down. Outside, here's a three. Faye Bentley takes it, and she makes it from downtown. Here comes the shots. They're shooting above 48% from the perimeter. In this game for the Fever, a 12-point lead. Once again, the assist column working out their way for Indiana. The time before, it was out to in. That time, it was in to out. To drill a three. Deep range three for Chicago. Bricked off the back rim. Missed by Jefferson. Defensive rebound. Hauled in the corner by Fig Bentley. Clark at the left baseline. 4 seconds left to go in the third. Swings it outside. A Mitchell rainbow and a three. Missed off the mark. Hall with a putback chance and a buzzer going up, and she gets fouled. As the shot clock and game clock go down to 0. So we got zeros in the game clock right now to close out the third. Lexi Hall with a putback opportunity gets fouled right from behind the putback here. We'll see if there's any time in the clock if they do put back any like 0.2 seconds or so. Let's take a look at this replay. Clark the skip pass. Mitchell the rainbow three off the back heel. No good. Great job to come up for that offensive rebound. Lexi Hall push from behind right at the buzzer. Did it. Let's see here. Yeah, that looks like it left her hands at point one. Point one, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Lexi Hall, great job to track it down. You get a box out right there. If you're number 4 for Chicago, you need to box that out. Jefferson just completely misses her box out. And she's going to get ripped by awful coaching tomorrow for not boxing out there. That's just a straight-up hustle play by Lexi Hall. Now we await to see if there's any time remaining on the clock. I believe there will be. Yeah, if there is time, it looks like it's going to be point one. Did this leave her hands in time? Yes, it did. That looked like there was some space right there. That looks like it should be at point one, where Lexi Hall will be attempting 2 free throws. So just awaiting this call by the referees. We'll see if this will be 2 free throws or not. This has been a really choppy third quarter. This third quarter's been on snail's pace. The first 2 quarters blew by just like a breeze. And this third quarter, it feels like it's taken longer time and duration to finish than the first and second quarters combined. Indiana at one point trailed as many by 13. 21-8 in the first quarter. Though they came back, Chicago led the opening quarter 26-23. It's only one quarter. Got to play 4. After that, Indiana outscored Chicago 24-16 in the second quarter. Went up and led at halftime 47-42. Third quarter, Indiana outscored Chicago 29-22. And it could be more, potentially 31, if there's free throws added here. And there should be free throws coming up. Should be free throws coming up here at the line. Officials are discussing it right now as they watch the video on the monitor. We await the call here by the officials to see if Lexi Hall will have 2 free throws with 1/10 of a second left to go in the third. And it looks like she will. So Lexi Hall comes out for the free throws. And they put back point one. So I was absolutely correct about that. Point one on the clock in the third quarter. Lexi Hall, 2 free throws. First one rattles in. 13-point lead. Tied for the largest lead in this game. If she makes this one, it will be the largest lead in this game for Indiana. Second free throw right down the middle. 78-64 inbound for Chicago, and with point one, can't really do much in a full court shot or anything as we close out at the end of the third quarter finally. 14-point lead for Indiana, looking for that number 6 seed after the conclusion of this game today. And they're 10 minutes away from doing so if they can close it out. What a comeback once again for Indiana. All right, here we go on to the fourth quarter. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, NBA games, WNBA games, college basketball on the channel. It's been a good one tonight. National TV tickets have been going over for $2,000 plus from what I heard for this game. Average ticket price was over $330 for today's game. And Caitlin Clark, national TV, Friday night, showing up once again. I'm going to see what she's been averaging on like a Friday night for Caitlin Clark. I feel like from what I see her box scores on Friday nights, it seems like she's been going off on those Friday night games. I'm going to see if I can bring up any sort of Friday night splits and see what she's been averaging. If there's any correlation between the days for her, that would be something that's interesting. Let's see here. We're going to go straight to her game splits throughout the course of the season. I know a couple times they played the they played the Washington Mystics on a Friday a few times, and she's gone off during those days. Yeah, there is a correlation here on Fridays. She loves Fridays from what it looks like. Here's her numbers on Fridays. She's averaging 21.2 points per game, 6.6 rebounds per game, 8.8 assists per game on Fridays. This is our 6th Friday game this season. Her best output is actually on Wednesdays, which is interesting, midweek, averaging 22.2 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 10 assists per game on Wednesdays. That's 5 games on Wednesdays. And then below that's Fridays, averaging 21.2 points per game. She's averaging 21 points per game on Tuesday, where she has struggled on Mondays, only averaging around 15 and only 4.7 assists on a Monday, which, I mean, that's a Monday, so kind of seems like sense, especially with being an athlete, how your body has to go around like a certain clock or something like that can be thrown off in a Monday game. But that's her worst. Her worst performances are actually Thursday is her worst. She's played 4 games on a Thursday. She's averaging 12.8 points per game. That's her worst scoring output. Her worst assist output is on Mondays. So 7 days of the week, Caitlin Clark's best days, scoring-wise, are Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Sunday, Saturday, Monday, and then Thursday. So that is down the line how her numbers correspond per every day of the week. And Fridays is one of her better days, top 2 right now this season. So we get back to action. No good. Missed the layup inside. Rushing that layup was number 14 for Indiana with Temi Figbenley for the Fever. Chicago down by 14 right now with possession. Right to left on the floor. Skip pass. Left corner over to Reese. Does not like taking threes. Elects to pass it off to the wing. Missed 3 at the wing. Off the mark. No good by Banham to get the offensive rebound though for the Sky. Chicago been bulldozing the glass today, but hasn't translated into efficient buckets. Deflected. Intercepted a 2-on-1 right now for Indiana, and the layup is good. Kelsey Mitchell keeps on piling the points tonight. Temi Figbenley with a steal and an assist. 80-64. 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Reese at the top of the key. Hand off around the perimeter. Outside. Goes over to Cardozo. Fires the pass. A left wing. Looking for the post up here by Reese. Over to the wing. Here's a three taken by Banham. And an offensive foul committed by Chicago away from the basketball. Chicago right now is cracking under pressure at the moment. They had a 13-point lead in the opening quarter. And now they're getting outscored by their largest deficit, 16 points, with under 9 minutes left. Just this Indiana Fever squad is so resilient, showing it once again tonight. Aaliyah Boston, silent game for her, looking to see if she can pick up this scoring punch in the final 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Hand off to Wheeler, slides it off to Clark. Clark dribbles up at the elbow. Caitlin Clark, 5 of the shot clock. Bounce pass over to Fegbenley. Fegbenley with the right hand, no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Boston. Swings it off the hole. Kick out to the baseline. Boston dribbles towards her right. Backs her way on Reese. Has an opening. Turnaround's good over Reese for 2. Angel Reese cut out in no man's land defensively right there as Aaliyah Boston's able to knock down the shot. Chicago. Urgency needed, down by 18. This looks like it's too much of a deficit right now as the offense has gone stagnant. 4-zip run to begin the fourth quarter here for the Fever. And inside the low post, we get a foul. So Tammy Figbenley picks up the shooting foul. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line here for Rachel. This will be Camelia Cardozo, number 10, who will shoot 2. Yeah, this will be the best record all season long for the Fever. They started off 1-8 for Indiana. I'm just going to double check to see if they won the first game this season for them. Cardozo makes both of the free throws, and they did not. Yeah, this will be their best record. They started off 0-5, and they started off 1-8 for Indiana. 16-point lead. Boston swings it off to Clark. Clark towards her left around the perimeter. Off to Boston, back into the hands to Clark. Just impossible to guard with her ball movement like that. Over to Boston, jumper's good. Swoosh. Caitlin Clark, a double-double with another assist up to 10. That is just pretty, that possession. 23 points, 10 assists tonight for Caitlin Clark. Good stroke from the outside for Chicago as the sky let it rain. Number 24, Rachel Bannon. Got a good touch out there in her shots tonight. Clark looking for more. She's hungry. Dribbles up to the low block. Outside finds Hall. Lexi Hall catching fire. Lets it rain as she knocks down the triple. Lexi Hall in that Sunday afternoon in the win over Seattle. Man, oh man, did she have a great game or what? And now Lexi Hall finding a pretty stroke. These shots are falling. Shot makers all over the place. Huge rejection here by number 14, Tammy Figbenley. Off to Clark. Backer to Figbenley. Circles around. Dribbles out to the perimeter. Hand off. Caitlin Clark working one-on-one on Banham around the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock. Clark slows it down to 1-on-1 off the screen set by Boston. Bounce pass off the roll down. Jumper to elbow. Off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound by Boston. Huge rejection there as Tammy Figbenley got denied inside the low post. Chicago with the basketball. Banham at the corner working on Clark 1-on-1. 6.5 left to go. Hall almost came up with a steal. Banham up fake out to the top. Lob down low. Banham backdoor layup's good. Up and off the backboard. 87-71 right now. 16-point lead. Clark bounce pass. Open 3. Nothing but net delivers. Lexi Hall connects on it. Caitlin Clark makes her teammates look so much better. 12th assist in the night just a moment ago for Caitlin. 23 points, 12 assists. Angel Reese at the elbow. Dribbles up inside the key. And a reach and fall committed. Charge to Indiana. The Indiana Fever, folks, are rolling. No team wants to play this team come playoff time. About to be 5-1 since the Olympic break. About to be 8-3 in the last 11 games. About to be 13-6 in their last 19. Top 3 record in the WNBA standings in their last 19 games for the Indiana Fever. What a turnaround after just a 1-8 start to begin this season. About to go 3-1 in the season series over Chicago. We're down to 5:46 left to go as we have a timeout. 4 players in double figures. Aaliyah Boston's 3 points away from getting there. Damaris Dantos also 3 points away from double digits. Caitlin Clark, 23 points, 12 assists, 4 made threes, 7 for 12 from the floor, 30 minutes tonight for Caitlin. Just 2 total turnovers this entire game. 12 assists to 2 turnovers. Let that sink in for all the haters, all the doubters out there that said that she is turnover prone and she turns it over way too much. Tonight, taking care of the basketball for the floor general. 23 points by Kelsey Mitchell, 9 for 13 shooting, 3 for 5 from 3. She has been unstoppable since the Olympics break. 14 points by Nalissa Smith with 7 rebounds, 11 points by Lexi Hall. And Lexi Hall not coming off the bench tonight. Inserted inside the starting 5, drilling down 3 threes. Really good development to see for Lexi Hall going off recently. On the other side, tough game for Angel Reese. 5 points, 9 rebounds. Still looking for that 10th rebound. If Angel Reese does not get a 10th rebound in this game, it would be the first time since May 30th, a 3-month span, that she has a double-digit rebound streak snapped. That was the last time that she had a single-digit rebound game for Angel Reese, was back on May the 30th. This game is all about efficiency. Shot making, shooting efficiency. It's right here with this Indiana Fever squad. I mean, they're assisting the heck out of the ball because you got the best playmaker in the WNBA with Caitlin Clark. Just right up there as NBA, WNBA, any league in the world. She's the best playmaker out there at the very top. Like, puts her into a whole column with Magic Johnson, what she's doing out there at the WNBA level for Caitlin Clark. And, yeah, it's all about shot making tonight. That's what's propelling Indiana to victory. 54% from the floor shooting, 52% from 3. Let that number sink in. This is a WNBA game. This is not the NBA, where a team is shooting 18 for 32 from 3-point range. Indiana is shooting 12 for 23 right now, 52% from the perimeter. Chicago, as a team, 38.5%, 36% from 3. Not that bad of a percentage for women's basketball, but still, Indiana shooting the cover off the ball tonight in this game. Rack it up 90 with 5:40 left to play. Sky with a possession. 5 in the shot clock here for Banham. Banham at the top. Lobs it over to Reese. Hand off Banham. Shoots the 3 and couldn't hit the rim as the shot clock expired. Shot clock violation charged to the Sky. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. You guys, the real MVPs out here at the channel tonight. It's a pleasure covering another Caitlin Clark stream. Great to see Caitlin Clark doing her usual self on a Friday, going off right now, putting in the work, and just really racking it up right now for Caitlin, on fire. Kickball violation charged to Chicago. Indiana will get the inbound here. Lexi Hall, the inbound passer, sends it off to Clark. Clark at the top of the key with 23. Bounce pass behind her back, sets up Boston. Boston towards her left. Bounce pass, backdoor cutter outside. It goes from Wheeler to Boston. Boston at the mid-block, off the hole. Kick out, corner. Wheeler, up fake, sidestep to her left. Her three-point shot was off the mark. A rebound controlled by the Sky with Cardozo. And missed rush to layup up the floor. No good for Chicago. Here goes Clark. Caitlin Clark having some space on the floor. Takes the 3. Makes the 3 from downtown, baby. Lets it rain. Caitlin Clark, 5th 3 of the night. 93-71. Just a little inch of space. Steph Curry-like for Caitlin Clark off the crossover. Gets freed up, working a one-on-one. One defender off the crossover, shakes and bakes number 12, Michaela Oyenwende, and she rises and fires and sinks it. And Oyenwende picks up a technical foul as well. Clark buries in the technical free throw. 4-point run by Caitlin Clark herself. Caitlin Clark, absolutely her. Legendary. Taking the league by storm. To all the people who doubted Caitlin Clark before she stepped foot on the WNBA floor, deflected, intercepted. Clark with a steal. Her pass ahead up the floor to Fig Bentley. Into the hands to Hole, slides it out to the wing. Wheeler Outside finds Clark. Clark will slow it down. Bounce pass. Oh, what a dime underneath. Figbenley goes up, gets fouled. Temi Figbenley will shoot 2 at the free throw line. If these shots were finished, or if these shots were not committed with fouls, Caitlin Clark right now would have at least 18 assists potentially in this game. 12 assists right now for Caitlin Clark, plus 19 on the floor. So we are down to 4.5 left to go. Chicago. I mean, this is big for Chicago. They're going to take another step down. They came into this game as a one game ahead of the Atlanta Dream for the final playoff spot for Chicago. Just frustrated for Chicago. Really, really frustrated. Taking their frustrations out on Indiana today in this game. They're 1-5 in their last 6, about to be 1-6 in their last 7 for Chicago. So they are struggling after the Olympic break, about to drop to a 1-6 record in their previous 7, whereas the tables have flipped in the switch in the favor of the Indiana Fever after starting off 1-8, about to be 13-6 ever since. About to be 8-3 in their last 10, and about to be 5-1 in their last 6. So 2 teams on different opposite sides of one another lately. In Indiana, the high riser in the WNBA started off at the bottom. Now we're here midway. Started off at 12th. Now we're here about to be the number 6 team in the league with a win tonight. Just been an awesome game by Indiana. Caitlin Clark, phenomenal. Shooting more shots at the free throw line as she got fouled by Chicago. A technical foul charged to Chicago. Free throw is good. Plus Indiana gets the basketball. That's now 28 points by Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark career high point watch tonight. We're on career high point watch for Caitlin Clark right now. Her career high. .30 against the LA Sparks, May 24th. May 28th against the LA Sparks. Against the Washington Mystics, June 7th. She had 29 against Washington, 29 against Phoenix in the first game back from the Olympic break. So looking for a new career high for Caitlin Clark. Free to number 2 is good. She's got 29. And Caitlin Clark had to hoist one up. It's a shot clock violation charged to Indiana. 29 points and 12 assists tonight for Caitlin Clark. Hopefully you took the over for Caitlin Clark on both of those. I told you so. I had those written down on a piece of paper when I went into the prop bets this afternoon at 2 p.m. Jumper misfire, no good off the mark by Chicago. Clark is hungry. Clark with 12 total assists, 29 points. Bounce pass behind her back, missed the mark wide for Dan Toss as it sails out of bounds. That would have been a SportsCenter top highlight of the night if Dan Toss and Clark had connected. Clark just a little bit wide, left in the bounce pass behind her back. It was a transition bounce pass over to Dantos trying to set her up to the rim. Foul committed once again by Chicago. 3:57 left to go. And the Sky turned it over off the ensuing inbound. Clark up the floor, tripped up, gets fouled. And this may be a technical on the transition take right now, which would put Caitlin Clark at the free throw line to shoot 2. If it's rolled a technical transition take, it would actually be 1. Yeah, that would actually be 1 on a transition take. Not yet in the bonus just yet for Indiana, but they'll be there quickly. Diamond DeShields from behind picks up a foul in transition. That's the 3rd charge to Chicago right now in this quarter. 3 personal fouls for each of these teams in the quarter, and now referees go back to the monitor to see whether this is worthy of being a transition take foul. Quick update right now. WNBA scores at the moment. This is what we got. One game has gone final tonight, and it was an upset. The Dallas Wings upset the Minnesota Lynx tonight, 94-76. Dallas has a record of 9-22. The Lynx have a record of 23-9. And Dallas picked up a huge win by 18 points tonight over Minnesota. And right now, the Fever are rolling. 25-point lead with 3:52 left. Hey, what's good? Jay Ramirez, welcome back in, man. If you're just joining in, believe it or not, the Indiana Fever at one point were trailing by 13 to begin this game. They were down 21-8 early on in the first quarter. And then Chicago could not stick a shot. Indiana went on a 29-9 run at one point. Never looked back. Huge game by Caitlin Clark. Taking over in a big way. Potentially could have a career high if she makes another basket. 29 points by Caitlin Clark. Her career high is 30. 12 assists tonight. And she may have more free throws coming up here at the line, depending if this will be ruled a transition take foul by the officials committed by Chicago. So we're awaiting that call right now. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams. You guys, the real legends, MVPs out here on the channel. What a game. Caitlin Clark, national TV, Friday night, nothing better. So here we go. Caitlin Clark at the free throw line will shoot. Her career high is 30. She's got 29. 3 minutes and 52 seconds remaining. She's a chance to put together a career high tonight. Clark, first free throw, it's good. Right down the middle. And she'll stay at the free throw line. She'll have a second free throw coming up. A chance to break her own career high. 30 points right now, tying a career high for Clark. Second free throw, looking for a career high. Right down the middle. She does it. New career high for Caitlin Clark with 31 tonight. 31 points for Caitlin Clark. Getting the crowd pumped up even though she's on the road. So many Fever fans travel to see Caitlin Clark at all the hype for this game. The Clark versus Reese matchup, and Caitlin Clark delivers. 98-71, Caitlin Clark, new career high, 31 points, substitutes out of the game with 3:52 left to go. Inbound for Indiana. A chance to crack 100 this possession. They have the bench in. Christy Wallace slides it off to the free throw circle. Jumper taken off the mark, no good. Missed by number 12, Damaris Dantos, as Angel Reese collects her 10th rebound. So Angel Reese keeps her double-digit rebound streak alive with her 10th just a moment ago. Mariah Jefferson off to her teammate Cardozo. Dump off down low to Reese, who scores up and then off the glass for 2. 7 points now tonight for Angel Reese. Vegas, what's good? Welcome back in, man. Hope all's well, brother. Lexi Hall moves on top over to Wallace. Down to 3:15 remaining in this game. Caitlin Clark with a new career high, 31 points. Up fake jumper, no good. Skipped around the rim and out. Missed off the mark by Dantos. Tipped out of bounds off of the Fever. His last touch by Temi Bentley as we're down to 3 minutes left. Oh yeah, that Olympic break was awesome for Caitlin Clark. Just absolute wonders for her. What a night tonight for the Indiana Fever. They're going to be the number 6 team in the league after the conclusion of this game. Their best record all season long since they started off the season at 0-0. With a clean slate, they're now 16-16. And they'll surpass the Phoenix Mercury. Same record as Diana Taurasi's team in the Phoenix Mercury. But they'll be seated higher in the standings, as the number 6 team, the Mercury, will drop back to 7 because Indiana has the head-to-head season advantage over Phoenix. We take the time out right now. 98-73, 2:41 left. Yeah, this is just a great sight to see. This whole league needs to take notice of what the Indiana Fever is doing right now, because they are taking names and they are taking down teams left and right, and they're taking down some really, really good teams at the moment. They took down Connecticut, number 3 team in the league, on Wednesday. Took down Minnesota, number 2 team in the league, right before the Olympics break. Took down Seattle, coming back from the Olympics a couple weeks ago. Number 4 team in the league. Going to have a couple opportunities to see if they can take down Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces coming up. Back-to-back against Las Vegas, September 11th, September 13th. Back-to-back 2 games against Las Vegas there. Big opportunity for Caitlin Clark to see if she has what it takes, if her team does sweep Las Vegas. Caitlin Clark, and if she has excellent games those 2 games, and if they sweep Las Vegas, Caitlin Clark would be in consideration for league MVP, right there with Asia Wilson right now. Asia Wilson's the favorite at the moment, but in my opinion, if Indiana goes 2-0 against Las Vegas in those 2 matchups in September, and if Wilson struggles, Clark goes off, then watch out there. Those odds will heavily swing in the favor of Caitlin Clark to possibly overtake Asia Wilson at MVP if Caitlin Clark keeps on doing what she's doing. The games keep on getting easier for Indiana. After this, they have a golden opportunity to go 18-16. Next game, Sunday at 4 on the road at Dallas. After that, Wednesday at 7, they're hosting Los Angeles. So they're about to beat the number 8 team in the league. After that, they take on the 2 worst teams in the league after tonight's game. So Sunday and Wednesday, they'll take on the number 11 and number 12 teams in the league. They got one more game against Minnesota, number 2 team in the league, on Friday, September 6th, a week from today. They take on Atlanta, the number 9 team in the league, on September the 8th. Then they play 2 games against Las Vegas against the MVP frontrunner Asia Wilson. They're the 5th place team in the league. That's on September 11th, September 13th. They played a 11th place team again, the Dallas Wings, on September 15th. They close out against the Washington Mystics, who are in 10th place, on September 19th. By the way, Caitlin Clark has had a lot of success against Washington this season for her. She dropped down a 30-point game against Washington, also had a 30-point game against the Sparks. Tonight, she has a new career high added to her total of 31. Yeah, this is just awesome to see. Like, everybody's stepping up. Caitlin Clark making her teammates look so much better. Kelsey Mitchell has been having one heck of a month of August. Chicago makes 1 out of 2 free throws that trip of the line. Aaliyah Boston was balling right before the Olympics break. Lexi Hall, she's been looking really, really good for her, playing extremely well coming back from the Olympics for Lexi Hall, inserted inside the starting 5. Missed jumper from the corner by Indiana by number 5, Victoria Saxon, and the layup is good inside the paint by Michaela Oyenwende for Chicago. 22-point advantage. Clark's no longer in the game. New career high for 31 points. Down to 2 minutes left to go. Just an amazing turnaround this season for Indiana. It's incredible to see how this team has just come together. Wheeler takes the deep 2. Missed off the mark. No good. A rebound secure by Chicago. Chicago down to 1:40 remaining. Things just not going their way tonight, especially when it came down to shot making. Just didn't have what it took to go shot for shot against Indiana in this game. Angel Reese knocks down the shots. So Angel Reese is up to a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds right now. That means a lot to some if you took Angel Reese to tally in a double-double tonight. Erica Wheeler, top of the free throw circle, sends it outside to the wing. Out to the corner, a corner 3, bricked off the back rim, no good. Missed off the mark for Victoria Saxon as we are down to the final minute of action tonight. Slicing defenders, layups good, and 1. Coming up at the free throw line by Michaela Oyenwende. Yep, it would be really, really good to see what this team could do. Sky's the limit if they brought in a really solid head coach to their team. Free throw is good. Final minute left to go. Appreciate you guys for joining in, being a part here on the stream tonight. Before I do sign off, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. A historic night tonight here, everybody. Caitlin Clark, new career high, 31 points, 12 assists tonight for Caitlin Clark. Made 5 threes. A phenomenal night on this Friday night in a game that was hyped up. There were tickets sold for this game that were worth more than $2,000. Average price to get in to this game was around $330 per ticket on average. And Caitlin Clark on a Friday night, national TV, doesn't matter what network, ION, ESPN, NBA TV, Amazon Prime, any network, she'll go out and she'll deliver. What a game. Not entirely sure just yet what my next stream will be. Got a busy week broadcasting games. I start my sports broadcasting stuff for colleges on Sunday, as Indiana makes both of the free throws. They're up to triple digits, 181. I'll post in my community tab. If anybody's interested in watching my broadcast I do in person, I'll post that probably tomorrow. The links to my games for the upcoming week. Got a lot of good news out there for me for the broadcasting stuff. I have my first game that I'll ever get to do on ESPN+. I got a call from Brown University a couple of days ago. They want me to cover a water polo tournament, which consists of 5 games on October 19th. So I'll be covering games at Brown University on ESPN+, first time ever, on October 19th. A lot of my games that I work for this year at one of the colleges that I announced for, they're going through Flow Sports this year to do their broadcast. So a lot of my broadcasts I'm doing will be pay-per-view this year. So, unfortunately, if you want to get it for free, you can't because it's on Flow Sports for some of the stuff. Some of the stuff I cover still for free, though. But I announced for Wheaton College, Mass, that the conference that they're in went to a Flow Sports contract for this year. So, all those that they have is pay-per-view. I'll put in the links in the community tab probably tomorrow for what I have. I have a couple of broadcasts this week that I'm doing on Flow Sports, and then I have a couple of them that I'm doing for free still for UMass Dartmouth that they do for free in the LEC network that anybody could watch. And then I have a couple of them that I'm doing at Stonehill, which is newly at the D1 level. Those are free. They're on the NEC front row. And then ESPN Plus, I got a call from Brown a couple of days ago, and they got me on ESPN Plus in October, and that's another pay-per-view subscription because that's a paywall. That's like ESPN Plus, where they broadcast hundreds and thousands of games on. But yeah, that'll be my first time ever, so that's gonna be really, really cool. But we wrap up here, 100-81, the final score for tonight's game. Caitlin Clark picks up the win over Angel Reese in this matchup. Just a phenomenal night for Caitlin Clark, splashing down threes. The difference in this game was shooting efficiency. Indiana shot the cover off the ball tonight. Like, this was tremendous shooting, shot making all over the place. 48.5% shooting for Indiana, just 40% for Chicago. That number was around 52% most of the second half for Indiana. It got dragged down to 48.5% because of garbage time the final couple minutes. 45% from 3. They shot 13 for 29 from 3 for Indiana. Chicago shot 9 for 25 at 36%. Just incredible shot making tonight. And Chicago out-rebounded Indiana plus 11 on the glass, but didn't matter because this Indiana team knows how to knock down their shots. Caitlin Clark tonight knocking it down. Incredible stroke. Off the catch, off the dribble, fall-away threes, making it look so easy on the floor. Career high tonight, Caitlin Clark, 31 points, 12 assists, 10 for 11 at the free throw line, 5 made threes, 8 for 14 shooting from the floor. She had 31 points in 32 minutes. That's almost a point a minute. Kelsey Mitchell, 6th straight game in a row since the Olympics break that she has dropped down 21 plus points or more. Finished with 23 tonight with 3 made threes. 14 points by Nolissa Smith. They had 4 players in double figures. Lexi Hall 11 points for her tonight for Indiana. Chicago finished with 4 players in double figures. Angel Reese, double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. 19 points scored by Lindsey Allen. It was Michaela Oyewande who finished with 20 today for Chicago. So we wrap up here. Thanks all for joining in. I'm probably not going to be able to stream this week because I got a really busy schedule. I start my broadcasting stuff on Sunday. So this is what I have for games in person. I'll put in the community tab tomorrow the games in person that I have with the links, and I'll put those links in parentheses, whether they'll be pay-per-view or if you can watch them for free because they're on different networks throughout the week. But my in-person schedule I got this week's quite busy. I got a soccer game on Sunday. I got field hockey on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then the following Saturday, I have soccer. And then I got a doubleheader for water polo on the following Sunday. So, yeah, I got a lot of games this week for, like, the next 7. After that, it's quite a bit of a gap in between. So I'll probably stream not this coming week, but the following week probably. I'll stream a game since I get a gap in there most likely. But we're going to wrap up here for you guys and closing out to the channel members. Big shout out here. We got a couple of solid donos in the channel today from Lonely Satellite and Daniel out here with the donos. Guys, the legends here on the channel. All channel members get a shout out at the end of every single one of my live streams. Here we go. Here's the channel members. We got Jason Ward, Rajeep, I Am Ghost, David Asia, Paul Cree Jedi, Russell John, Mark Kelly, Jeffrey Vegas, Barco, Norma, Oink Oink, Michael, Katie Bradley, Daniel Ian, Derek, Sister Surround, Mario Greedo, Tristan Chuck, Jonathan, SG Sports Talk, Ice Ice Baby, Robin Melinda, Jack City, Shalimar, Iceberg Slim 38, Matthew M. Stone, Miles Davis, and We Are Living in a Great Depression. Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever keep on rolling. 13-6 in their last 19 games, 8-3 in their last 11, 5-1 in their last 6, and they are heating up at the right time. Watch out for this team in the playoffs. Caitlin Clark, career high, 31 points, 12 assists. Thanks so much all for joining in. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend out there, and enjoy the rest of your Friday night as well. Indiana, big win in the Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese battle. Indiana 100, Chicago Sky 81. Thanks all for joining in, and enjoy the rest of their Friday night, everybody.